Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be, what are your star qualities? Wow. I don't even know what I was gonna say. What are your star qualities? We're gonna be getting into what are your star qualities, okay? So I'm loving the using two different tarot decks and these two tarot decks in particular. So we're gonna keep doing that for right now. We're going to use the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then we're going to use the Cat Full of Spiders tarot deck that is my newest tarot deck, okay? So what are your star qualities? What makes you stand out, please? For my group ones, please, Spirit, what are their star qualities and what makes them stand out apart from the crowd? There could be something about the way your body is shaped, like the arch in your back, because these cards have if you can kind of see it, because I've been shuffling them for so long, they have like a distinct arch in them. There could be something here about a distinct arch in your back. You have a nice back, or the back leads to the behind. So that curve in your back is quite attractive. My group ones, please, Spirit, what makes them stand out apart from the crowd? What makes them stand out apart from the crowd? That one just flipped out. We have the moon, your mystery. And then we have the freaking high priestess. What? That's crazy. Okay, so both are ruled by the same sign, Pisces. So you could be very Piscean. It could be something like ethereal, unreal, hard to reach about you. Because in this instance, when the moon is here, it's kind of giving me how the moon is so far away from Earth and how we just sit and stare and bask in her beauty all the time. Or well, I bask in her beauty because she's just so far away. She's so just like, I don't know, like melancholic and surreal, and there's like some more words that I can use. I just need them to come to me first, like, yeah, you have no words to explain this person or how they make you feel or the vibe they bring to a place or a function, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like wistful, like, is she even real? She's so beautiful, kind of like goddess. You want to praise her, like when we think of the moon, the way we worship and praise her, she's giving the divine feminine. So your divine feminine form or your divine feminine energy kind of stands out to the people around you. It could be your mothering qualities. It could be that you're secretive, that you're very private, that people don't really know much about you. You could be shy, reserved, you keep to yourself, okay? Let's see what else comes through for you guys. What are their star qualities, please, Spirit? And then we have the sun coming out. That's funny. But it's in reverse. There could be something here about a soft voice. You have like a very soft voice because the Queen of Swords came out in reverse as well as the Sun in reverse. So the Sun coming out in reverse, I feel like, is talking about you having that very magnetic and warm energy about you, but it's not masculine. With the feminine energies coming out first, okay? And then we also have the Six of Swords, so it kind of gives healing, moving on. Maybe there's something very, soothing and warm and gentle about your energy, about people being around you, that you kind of help them move on from things or kind of like lull them to sleep. You're kind of like the sea. It's the perfect way to describe you. The sea, the moon, all those very watery things. So you bring out a lot of emotions in the people around you is what's coming through for the most part, right? Whether it's feelings of you make them feel insecure or you make them feel left out, that kind of thing. There is also like an air of melancholy here, okay? And you can say that the sun in reverse means sadness, okay? So we have the moon, we have the high priestess, we have the sun in reverse, we have the Six of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is why I was kind of getting you like talk really soft, right? It's kind of giving someone who is kind of floats when she walks, doesn't really raise her voice, but her energy is still felt, because in order for you to be someone who's like very private, you're not the most outgoing or loud individual. You don't bring attention to yourself or scream at the top of your lungs to get attention. There's something just like so, like, I don't want to keep saying ethereal about you, that kind of draws people to you. You're a magnet, it's kind of like giving a little bit of siren energy without the scare tactic of they're going to drag you to your doom. You know what I mean? And I feel like even if you did give off those vibes of being someone who is scary and, with the capabilities to drag someone to their doom or read them to filth, whatever you want to call it, because the high priestess knows things about people that they don't even know about themselves most of the time, So you provide that scary factor of, wait, can this person tell what I'm feeling? Can they read my mind? Are they going to drag me through the mud? Are they going to read me to filth? Like, what are they going to do? I don't even know. Those are your star qualities. Okay, so if we're taking this out of like the whole woo-woo, ethereal kind of, you're a little bit unreal, it's kind of like a ghost, right? Now you see them, now you don't. Like, there's like a specific ghost that's coming through. And I can't really remember where it's from, but like a ghost is like a shadow. She's dressed in all white, right? Okay, so I'm hearing Princess Yue when she floats away to become the moon. She's the perfect person to describe it as, because there was something about her majestic princess, kind of soft, warm, open-hearted, the people's princess kind of vibe is coming through that made her loved in I think it was the Northern Water Tribe, that made her loved. Because Katara came from the Southern Water Tribe. So when they moved and went to the Northern Water Tribe, Princess Yue was the princess, and she kind of like, when she died and became the moon, spirit really be coming through, because I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? I was talking about you being the moon, and Princess Yue literally turned into the moon. But before she turned into the moon, she was someone who was very soft-spoken. She was someone who gave off very innocent. You know what I mean? She was someone who gave off very, like, I believe when her and Sokka first met, there was an attraction there, but she was like, what is the name? Virtue. You're very virtuous. She was like, I'm betrothed to someone else. I can't kiss you. I can't do any of these things. You uphold the values that you believe in, the things you stand for. Because she was like, yeah, I feel attraction to you, Sokka. Yeah, you cute and whatever. Yeah, we flirting, but I am promised to someone, so we can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? I'm not even sure if they kissed that episode, but she ended up like having it's kind of like delicate. Yes. Because I think she ended up having like everyone treated her so reverently, right? Because she did die as a baby, and the moon spirit brought her back, okay? Which is why she always had a little piece of the moon that was like a part of her. This is beautiful. Oh, this is gorgeous. I wasn't expecting this, but it's beautiful. She always had a piece of the moon with her because the moon brought her back to life, okay? So yeah, there's like something soft, delicate, breakable about you. Yeah, Princess Yue. You uphold your values, and there's like just something like soft spoken. You feel soothed and lulled to sleep, like you're in a boat and the baby's being lulled to sleep. That kind of thing, like it's a buoyancy about you. So even if you are quiet and reserved, that doesn't maybe take away from maybe your more bubbly nature. You don't have to be boring to be considered reserved or to be revered. You're just someone who people handle with the delicateness and the care that they might not with everyone else. Or you do this to other people, which is why you're coming through as this being a part of your star quality. Now, the high priestess is definitely someone who is, she knows everything. Right? There's a part of her who dwells in the light, but there's like a darkness to her as well. Okay? That's what stands out to me every single time about the high priestess. There's like a privacy, a reserve. There is a mystery to her that we will never know, because she keeps a lot of herself locked away, a lot of her secrets. It's like a very secretive kind of person that's coming through for you, your star quality. But the high priestess is like a very spiritual person. She's the person you come to when you need healing, when you need help, when you need guidance. I'm hearing when you need saving, So people could kind of give you like a savior complex. I'm not getting much of a vibe that you give yourself the savior complex, but people could like, I don't want to say thrust. People could thrust that on you or put that on you of you always being the goody two shoes, you can do no wrong, that kind of energy. Is what's coming through. And I feel like with the high priestess and the queen of swords, you're always honest. I'm not really gonna say, or I'm not really getting brutally honest, but people know that when they want honesty and complete transparency for maybe advice or what to do next, or like I said, even when it comes to healing and spirituality, they know who to come to. So if you are a tarot reader or you're a friend and people come to you for advice or ask you for a reading or just ask you, what should I do next? Guidance, whatever you want to call it. They know you're the reader, the friend, the worker, the person who's going to be completely transparent with them, and you're always going to be spot on. Like, you have like a cute accuracy that's just really freaky to most people. It's kind of giving, like I said, otherworldly. You come from another world. How can you be so accurate kind of energy? And it's because a part of you belongs to the moon, which is intuition, which is half shrouded in darkness. The only part of the moon we always see is the part shrouded in light from the sun. Wow, we have the sun here. Yeah. The side that people see of you, the one that is shrouded in light from the sun, is still ethereal and mysterious and beautiful in its own way. Rather than the sun like beaming down on you and burning you alive, you are like, I just keep hearing acute, right? You're very precise. You always get something right on the money, right on point. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. That's the vibe that's coming through for you guys. That is like the star quality that comes out when it comes to you. All those things combined, right? I'm hearing you're not the person to hold grudges, so you may not hold grudges. There is, like, I just keep getting like an innocence to you that people are kind of like always left in awe of. You could also have like a very unbothered demeanor or vibe about you, because we have these dusty old dogs barking up at the moon, and the moon is just staring back stoically, like, shut up, right? But the dogs, I feel like, I don't know, as a human, we tend to think that dogs barking is annoying, because it is, right? We're not gonna lie here. But that is literally their only form of communication. That could be their way of praising the moon, the way the wolves howl to the moon, right? There's something just so entrancing and drawing and alluring even about the moon to a wolf, where they're gonna howl at the moon. And the dogs barking at the moon is giving the same vibe here. And it's kind of like it could be annoying to you because, like, shut up, right? Stop making all that noise. But that's the only way they can express themselves besides licking you. They bark, so that's why they're praising you. The people like want to praise you and put you on a pedestal, kind of thing. That's what's coming through for you, your star qualities. But it's definitely your intuition. Intuition. I just heard a breath of fresh air. I'm over here giggling because the way the car just blew everything away. I was thinking of the wolves. I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down. So you could be a bit huffy, The Queen of Swords always gives me, she has an air of holier than thou, I'm better than you, stiff upper lip, nose in the air, kind of air to her. She's kind of like giving royalty, don't touch me, like you're beneath me kind of energy. You know what I mean? And I feel like we always think of the Queen of Wands as that very all eyes on her, reverent energy, but she does it in a different way than the Queen of Swords does it. The Queen of Swords is very detached, cold. So that could be a star quality that stands out about you as well. You're able to detach yourself from your emotions or from a specific outcome. You don't really hold on to things. You know how to let them go, which was I was kind of getting with the Six of Swords. I think I did say it though. I'm not 100% sure. Like, you just move on from things. You don't really let it hold you back, and you kind of let things happen as they were meant to. Because I'm being called again to when Princess Yue kind of gave up her life so the moon could live again, right? She didn't think too hard about it. It wasn't a choice for her. When it comes to doing the right thing, you're going to do the right thing. So you're an upholder of justice. Let me stop. Okay. Yeah, there's like a detached nature to you. And that's kind of bringing me back to what I was saying in the beginning about the moon being so untouchable, so far away. We don't know anything about it other than it's up there. We landed on the moon once upon a time, and ever since then, we really don't know much about it still. We don't know if there's any life on the moon. There's a whole part of the moon we've never been to. We probably may never be able to go to because it's, first of all, there's no sunlight that's beaming on it to give you any kind of sunlight, any warmth or anything. So yeah, you come off as like a little cold and detached and stuff like that. Or there's a side of you that's sometimes warm and beautiful and ethereal, and you can kind of like cut that off really quickly, What else is coming through for you guys? Sorry, I completely forgot about this. I had to pause for a second and like lotion because my hands were dry. When it gets dry and like starts hurting, I don't like that, okay? I didn't want to do that and then touch the deck because this deck is still new and she's cute. You know what? I'm going to put my filth or the film left over from the lotion onto these cards. I don't really care for them like that. I've had them for a long time already. It doesn't really matter. But the Queen of Swords is like a very regal. She sticks up for herself, okay? She's all about justice. She's all about truth, all about honor, decency, okay? Those are all things that are coming through for you as well. You also have, like I said, a very unbothered, peaceful air to you. I want to keep repeating myself, but I be forgetting what I say when I say it sometimes. So I have to keep saying it to make sure that you get me, Okay. Group 1, here we have constancy. It's giving stand on business. You stand on business 100%. Look at how her feet is like standing up and she's giving someone a stern look like, I'm not wavering, You're unwavering is another one of your star qualities. You don't back down or give up or fold or cower under pressure is what I'm hearing. So you are definitely giving Queen of Swords. People are scared of her and for good reason. Okay? So you could be an air sign. You could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And that could be Sun, Moon, or Rising for you. Okay? You just have like very strong or prominent air placements in your chart. Here we have misfortune. This did come out in reverse, but the way I so smoothly like picked it up in the upright position, we'll just take it. Misfortune. Yeah, there is something here about you willing to go to certain extremes to make sure justice or decency, or like what my aunt likes to say, because she be getting upset really quickly, like anger issues for real, child. I had to call, like I see it, and so do you, group 1, because it's coming through. She's like, my grandma always tells her she like has anger problems, but it's not, she doesn't get angry at everything. It's just the principle of the thing. People always forget the principle of the thing. It's not about whether they're right or wrong. It's that so many people lack principle. They lack values. They lack things that keep them held accountable for certain things. They're just like, oh, whatever, that's life, and or it shouldn't bother you, just let it go. Like, it's gonna get to you sometimes because it's the principle of the thing. It's not always the thing. It's the principle behind what they did or did not do, right? And that's what's kind of coming through here. And it's funny because she's a Libra, so this could be her polish. She would ever watch tarot readings. I don't think she believes in them, but it's fine. I do, and we do. So period, okay? Yeah, that's what's coming through. The principle of the thing is what you could always say a lot. But I do believe the Queen of Swords is definitely doling out like harsh sentences. She's like not the misfortune. The Queen of Swords always gives me justice vibes, and they're the ones that's laying down the law. When things are going wrong, when something needs to be handled, it's justice coming in to exact that karma. So you're coming through as like the justice. You keep things fair and balanced, and that's what people know you for, And then we have a widower, and you know what's freaky? That the Queen of Swords is known as the divorcee/widower. So, and that's coming through. So that could be something that's prominent for some people watching. You're known as someone who has experienced a lot of loss. Okay, you could be known as someone who experienced the loss of a partner, or it could be like literal, you lost a spouse, And if you did, I'm so sorry. That's like, I can't imagine, Sometimes I'd be complaining about being single, but can you imagine loving and losing? I would crash out. I can't lie. Especially not in this reading. You could also be a human lie detector test. You know what I mean? Because, child, the way I would crash out if I were to fall in love so deeply with someone after being single my whole life, and just for that person to pass away or something to happen to them, I'm crashing out. I'm sorry. There's nothing left for me here. I've washed my hands in the situation, right? Or something could have happened where you lost a partner, right? And you shut down. Your emotions are no longer available. They're no longer viable. That's what I just heard. So your vocabulary could be very good as well. Because I've been using my good words. You know what I mean? I'm a person who's always just used big words. That I always love reading. You know what I mean? But then when you're in certain situations, people are like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "Okay, you gotta dumb it down. It's code switching. You gotta code switch sometimes." Today, I've been using normal words. Okay, so that could be something that's coming through your vocabulary, the way you speak, the way you articulate yourself as a star quality. Okay. And I just heard, feel free to watch more than one group if you felt called more than one, because I think one specific energy is coming through in this reading. There could be many things that stand out about you, you know? Okay, and we move on. And I'm hearing, and still I rise. Okay, so there could be something about your words as well, your writing. You could be like a little poetic sometimes, or deep. Because the moon and the high priestess, you're definitely deep. So that stands out about you as well. You're a very deep person, deep feeling, deep thinking. You write things. You make, it's like I'm hearing profound as well. You make profound declarations. That doesn't sound right. You make profound, how annoying. You make profound what? Statements, generalizations, observations. Thank you. Because y'all pissing me off. I'm like, y'all better give me my word right now. You're not going to make it come through to snatch it back. Don't play in my face, right? You make profound observations about certain things and energies and people, okay? What else are we pulling from? These are the only cards that I brought. Oh, I still have not pulled from this deck. I completely forgot. I just didn't want to get all the lotion on it. Because this is a heavy lotion I don't play, okay? You're giving black cat energy, because I look at the top of the deck. Now you're going to see the grace. Oh, come on. Don't piss me off. The top of the deck, if you look at it, it has a cat, a black cat. My group ones, star quality, what stands out about them, please, Spirit. What makes them stand out? We have the Nine of Wands. I'm hearing you're ruthless, you don't give up. These cards are so pretty. I can't get over them. I can't imagine or can't fathom that I almost did not buy them. I was like, every card is just her in different versions. I don't want it. But then something said, just get it. And I got it. I mean, you follow your gut as well, your instincts. We have Nine of Pentacles. Don't we love to see it? And then we have the Fool. We're going to leave it at that. We don't want to get too many cards. Okay. So we have the Nine of Wands. So your tenacity, you don't give up. You don't stop fighting, okay? There could be something here about you performing. Okay, so it's kind of giving me, this is giving me someone who goes on tour. And people are like, you're not tired. You've been on tour for 3 months. And it's kind of like, no. If you love what you do, there's no burnout, because the joy you get from doing what you do kind of cancels out, or tends to most of the time, cancel out the exhaustion. You could also be a night owl, because the moon is coming through here. The night is all things mystery, coolness, stillness. So your stillness could be a thing as well. You could just sit there and not move and stare someone down. Your stare could be a thing as well. You're a little intimidating to people. And then we have a Nine of Pentacles, a star quality. You're very comfortable, right? You're someone who is responsible. You're someone who has a good job. You're someone who, is very educated. Someone who's very independent. The Queen of Swords is also independence as well. You could be someone who's chronically single, right? And for some of you, it could be because of a loss of a loved one, a husband or a wife or a boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it. Or you're just someone who comes through as fiercely independent. You don't need nobody, okay? Overly independent sometimes, right? Which is why it could have come out in reverse. Because a card in reverse doesn't always have to mean the opposite of what the card means. It could mean it's blocked. The energy of the card is blocked, right? Or it's in its lower vibrational energy. So the Queen of Swords can be independent. Everyone needs to have some sort of independence, but when you're overly independent, then it could be a problem. So that can mean there's something blocked about the energy of the Queen of Swords, where you are independent, but too much so. You are honest, but maybe too much so. You are a little strict, but maybe too much so. You are closed off, maybe too much so. On and on, and so on and so forth. things like that are coming through. But then we also have the Fool, which is the forever optimist. You know, it's funny how sometimes or the eternal optimist, I should say, eternal optimist. It's funny how we said the Fool is Aries energy, but when I think of the Fool, I think of someone who's not scared of the outcome. They are there for the, to quote Nick from Love Island, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right? I love them so much. I can't. Like, I've been on a freaking obsessive kick about these two fools, y'all. Olandria and Nick from Love Island, their whole coupling, their whole friends, lovers story arc, yeah, we love to see it. But I think it was like they were having like some kind of interview in the confessional, and they were asking them to like not mock each other, but how can I say, your best impression of your partner or whatever. And Alondra was like, I don't know where that boy got it from, but I know he didn't get it from himself. But he always says it's about the journey, not the destination. And she's like, I know that boy didn't get that. Like, I can't do her accent. You know, she has the cutest little Alabama country girl accent, Southern, I should say, accent. And she's like, I know he was like, got that from somebody. Like, I always ask him, boy, where you got that from? They are just too funny, child. They're too funny. But that's the vibe coming through. You could be funny as well, right? And that stands out. But I feel like because it's coming in through so lit, it's coming through so late in the reading, it takes time for people to see that side of you. Okay? But it's coming through. But the Fool is the eternal optimist. Okay? And no matter what happens, it's about the journey, and it's about actually doing what you care to do. So it's kind of giving fearless in a way, where other people could cower in a corner or always think what if for the rest of their life, whereas you're getting up and doing it. You never want to wake up one day and say, what if I didn't do that? You know, you always go after what you want. That stands out for people around you, especially because you have the Nine of Wands and the Fool. So you're willing to, you know, fall into things and see where it takes you. You know, whether it's love, whether it's relationships, whether it's family, whether it's career, whether it's your dreams, whatever it is. It's like I'm hearing bounce to the beat of your own drum. I'm a wow in a world full of ho-hum. I'm a wild young lady, but you know something? I'd rather be at home with my own drum. So you could be a bit of a loner as well, you know? Yeah. You don't only need friends or want friends because your vibe is so high sometimes that you just don't ever seem to fully resonate with people around you. So it's better you stay isolated by yourself. And that could stand out to people. You just sit there like a stone and watch everyone with a stone face. And they're kind of like, is that person okay? But then other people see you going after your dreams fearlessly, right? The Fool jumping in first and not even looking, not even having to look, because you have that faith that wherever you go or whatever you do will lead you to where you're supposed to go, right? You're there for the journey and for the good story to tell after. You're not there for the what the outcome actually, you know? Now let us get some of these dice here before we end out the reading. There could be something here about you having a nice smile. This is definitely giving someone who's like well put together. So you could be known for like how you dress, or that's a quality that stands out about you. Your dress code, okay? Because here, this Nine of Wands is giving me performer. So you could be a performer as well. That's one of your star qualities, okay? And then we also have this Nine of Pentacles, which is like a very responsible, also independent, on your own. Don't have to really depend on anyone for money, for clothes, for emotional, I'm hearing compatibility. You are good by yourself. So you could be someone who's like chronically single, right? And you could be somebody who reads. I just got a notification from my Kindle app talking about new books. I'm like, I'm here. Don't worry about me. I'm still trying to finish the one I'm reading now. Wow, we have the Horseshoe, which is North Node vibes coming through. So there's definitely an air of like, how could I describe it without reiterating myself? We have the South Node coming through as well. So we have the South Node and the North Node coming through, which is all about the past and the future, right? So you kind of give that energy, which is past, present, future. I'm kind of getting triple moon goddess coming through here for some of you. The mother, the maiden, and the crone, or the maiden, the mother, and the crone. That kind of energy where you're able to dip and go and dip out of these energies, you know, at will. But I'm also hearing like old soul, but also very childlike and giddy is what's coming through as well. Because North Node is kind of giving me who you're meant to be, right? There's something here about you, not inspiring people, but you kind of act as someone, or you're seen as someone who came on earth with a purpose, a destiny to do something, to set out to be someone, right? Like a singer, we can say this person was destined to be famous because they're so talented. There's no way Michael Jackson would have not become the superstar he was meant to be because he was so talented, right? That life, that job, profession was meant for him. Then there's certain people who are just so naturally good at art. It's crazy. That was a God-given gift bestowed to them to do something good, to help people feel, to give people an escape. Because arts and crafts is not the silly thing that some people make it out to be. It's really life-changing and life-saving. Life is not any fun without singing, arts, music, things to kind of get lost in, right? And that's kind of like where you stand. You are on the precipice of, the freaking high priestess, of course. You're on the precipice of being like in another world, but also still being planted firmly on earth, whether it comes to writing songs that seem like out of this world, painting things that seem out of this world, having a voice that seems out of this world, writing stories that take people out of this world. There's something about you that people get lost in, which is why we have that staring in awe or barking in praise at the moon, you know? I'm hearing praise dancing could be a thing as well. Dancing, singing, music could all be things that kind of like help you, or you're known for. That's your star quality. Performing, being in the public eye, whatever you want to call it. Here we have 6th house, so work. So whatever you do for work is what makes you stand out as well. And that's also along the same thing, or along the same vein that I was saying about you having a purpose here, a job. You're given a God-given gift, okay? Here we have Sagittarius, and it's funny how I was talking about them with the Fool card. I'm like, we always say Aries is the Fool, but it also kind of gives Sagittarius energy. Like, you're the eternal optimist. Whatever happens, I'm just glad that I took that leap, you know? So you are known as someone who took a leap of faith, for sure, the Fool energy here. And it could have gotten you good places because we have the 9 of Pentacles here. We have 2nd house, and we also have 2nd house, money, assets, you know, investments, material possessions, savings, job, work, you know? And then here we have Leo, and that is that star quality coming through in full circle. And that's why we have the sun coming through here. It's kind of like you are someone who's always running from the spotlight, but it's like you were destined to be there. You can't really run from what God wants for you. You know? He wanted you to be a star, so you want to be a star. And that's it. And that could be something you were in a past life, something you're going to be in this life as well. I love that, honestly. You were meant to be a star, and you're always running from it. And Spirit said, nah, not today, not on my watch. So you're known as someone who like stands out in the crowd, but you always tend to hide still. Someone who can't be missed, but you don't like to bring attention to yourself. Someone who's like really warm and caring, but comes off as cold. Star qualities. People can tell you care a lot about people, but you're just like, no, I think I'm good, right? So I'm going to leave you reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. If you want you a cute little bracelet from Outer Spirit, you can use my code SHAW20. You can also use my link. It's in the description box below. Okay, I have many more exciting collabs to come, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's it for now. Interact, and I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2, or you just found your way here, however you got here, welcome to your reading. We're going to be getting into what are your star qualities in today's reading, today's video, and we're going to get right into it. So let us see what comes through for you guys. I've done this reading before a long time ago on my other channel, and I'm like, it's time for me to bring it back. So I really had no idea what to do. I'm like, what reading do they want to see? Like, I was thinking of like doing money, career, but that's like, I don't know what to do, say about that. Like, you know, if you want that, comment below. But I'm just like, those are boring to me. I don't like those readings. I need it to be creative. I need it to be cute. I need it to be fun and out of the box, okay? And that could be you guys as well. You need it to be creative, cute. You're creative, cute, fun and out of the box. because you're kind of like career. Yuck. That was me. And then we have Six of Wands. So you have that star quality to you. Your star quality is your star quality. Or is you're a star. Oh, the cards are... What? Your cards are flying. That's crazy. We have Justice. We have Six of Wands. We have Justice. I'm hearing your posture could be really good. Your posture is coming through for one of your star qualities. You could have a nice, you know, your back is always nice and straight. I'm hearing some of you could have gone to, is it finishing school is what they call it? I think it's called finishing school, where girls like go and learn how to be a lady, and they put the books on their head to make sure their posture is always good, and they learn how to eat right. I think it is called finishing school, child. And I think they still do that in like England, or people in the royal family, where they send you to those schools to help you become like a royal, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we have the Hangman, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Before I could even think about it, I just put the cards upright, so I guess we're taking them upright. So starting off, we have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands like all about victory. So I do feel like there's a leader energy. You have like you're a leader, okay? People follow behind you. They look to you for guidance and help. They look to you for what's right. It's kind of giving how kids look to their parents for how to act and be in the world. That's kind of what you're giving in this reading right here. I just got a headache. That's crazy. Like an intense pressure in like my eyes. Like I haven't been wearing my glasses, and I should be when I'm reading it on computers. That could also be a thing about it, but I was fine for group 1, so okay, that could be a thing as well. Maybe headaches come to you very easily, or like migraines, or I'm hearing tension headaches, where like it's like the front, it's like specific parts of your brain or head get the migraine, okay? And I do believe, I don't know why it's called a migraine, but I just heard migrate, so there's something here about the migraines migrating. Or you like to migrate a lot, you move around a lot. That's one of your star qualities. You're very active. Six of Wands does give you the quintessential attractive person in the world. That's kind of the vibe that I get from the Six of Wands, right? They are the person on social media with millions of followers. They're the star who gets standing ovations and encore, and everyone loves them, and they're very relatable, and people just love being around them. Their energy is infectious, and they're creative because we have the wands coming through. You know what I mean? There's just something about that. This is the person that steps up to lead everyone, okay? And that followed by the Justice card means you do a really good job at it. So one of your star qualities is the fact that you maybe think of everyone's feelings or what they want and kind of make it happen, right? So like I said, okay, I'm getting two different instances. So for example, if you're in a group of people and everyone doesn't know what they want to do, you're going to kind of like step up and say, okay, what is everyone feeling for? And if everyone says something different, maybe you like create a survey or find a way to get everyone to agree to go to one simple spot instead of everyone fighting and saying, well, we want to go here. Well, we want to go here. That kind of thing. It's kind of like choose just one. You kind of help people come to that decision. Okay. Now, another thing that I'm hearing is you are someone who knows how to bring people together. I didn't mean to say that, but it came through. You know how to bring a bunch of ideas in your head and make them like tangible things and build tangible results from those things. So all the little ideas that come into your head, because we have the Ace of Wands and we have the Six of Wands, you turn ideas into success. Does that make sense? Like you kind of sit in your room and dream of little things and you kind of make them happen. Make them real. Yeah, you make your dreams reality. I'm saying this in a very weird way. How do I make it make sense? That kind of thing. Maybe you can take a bunch of things that don't make sense and make it make sense, right? That could be coming through as well. But Justice is definitely giving a ruler, truth, fairness, balance, contracts, legalities. Things like that nature is what Justice kind of represents. It's also Libra energy, okay? And I don't usually get like aesthetic and stuff like that from the Justice card, but there could be something here about your body, like I said, your stature, your face, the way you dress, your clothes, always being very well put together, not a hair out of place, your clothes are always pressed. There's something here about you, the way you present yourself, right? Physically, right? Not just any other way, but I mean every other way. But it's kind of like you're the person who is trying on the clothes on YouTube videos, or you're doing the makeup, right? That's the kind of thing. Your star qualities is your creativity and how you come up with things that people haven't thought of, right? I'm also hearing, like I said, I keep hearing your infectious personality. So your laugh could be coming through as well. Those are things that like stand out about you. I'm hearing how you turn nothing into something. Your hair could also be standing out as well, because I'm touching my hair right now. And I usually don't in a reading because my hair, like, of course, has hair products in it. And as a black woman, the hair products tend to leave your hands greasy when you move. Well, actually, not so much. It depends what product you use. But right now, my hair is kind of dry. I don't even know why. I just washed her 2 days ago. And she just, like, dries out so fast. It's annoying, okay? But that's, like, high porosity hair for you. You could be a hair girly, right? Or a beauty guru, one of those people that review things and people follow behind whatever you buy. Influencer vibes is what's coming through for you guys, right? And I mean, that's pretty obvious because we have the Six of Wands and everyone's like following behind them or following behind this person on the horse, ready to, like, you know, go to bat for them, fight for them, you know, do whatever they say, essentially, you know? So if you are the influencers, like, oh, go buy this product, it works so good for my hair, people gonna buy it. And they're gonna be like, what brought you here? This person brought me here. You know, they're gonna put your name or something. Or use your code, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so next we have, like I said, justice is definitely giving like aesthetics, right? The way you speak, the way you lay down the law. There could be something really scary about you mad, is what I just heard as well. So people want to please you and do things to get in your good graces is the vibe that's coming through here. So you have like a lot of influence over people in general. Okay. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords, which is like another variation of justice. She's very blunt, straightforward. She came through group 1 as well, so you could be coming from group 1 as well. So I didn't mention to them that you could watch both readings, or not both, sorry. More than one if you feel called to, okay? But it's kind of like laying down the law, no nonsense, don't mess with me kind of thing. And I heard, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But people, they don't know not to try you anyway. I'm hearing words hurt. So your words could hurt. Six of Wands also kind of gives me a little bit of like an athletic. Because like I said, it's giving a conventionally attractive person. That's the Six of Wands, right? Someone who people can look up to, or they are doing something that like warrants appreciation, or people being fixated on you. I was hearing asphyxiation, whatever it's called when you can't breathe. I'm like, wait, why is that coming through? But things come through, it doesn't make sense to you, but it could make sense to you. I don't freaking know. Asphyxiation, I believe, is the name of the thing, where it's like where you can't breathe, where your like lungs lock up or your throat locks up. Oh no, it's allergic reaction, I believe the name of that is called. When you have an allergic reaction to something, your throat starts closing up. I think it's called asphyxiation. I don't know. Could be, could not be. And it's like taking me to the whole saying where it says you hold people by their throats, right? Or you step on their necks, you step on their backs, whatever. Yeah, you have your foot on people's throats. I went through all those things just to come out. Like, I'm like, what is the saying? Like, you have your foot on people's necks and people can't move, right? That's the vibe that's coming through. You have a hold on people. And that's like your strong quality. Whether it's you like just being a regular person and getting a lot of attention, or it's you actually putting yourself out there, making content and getting like a lot of followers and subscribers, whatever it may be. Like I said, star quality for a reading. That's about what your star qualities are, is that you have star quality. But I do believe it's like you don't take advantage is what is also coming through. So you may have like some influence or power, but you don't take advantage of it. You know, I'm also hearing kind of humble, which is very funny because the Queen of Swords is the last person I would ever describe as humble. I can see the Queen of Cups being humble, but the Queen of Swords, nah, I would never call her humble. Then we have the Hangman. So maybe like you're very like chill, relaxed kind of person. You don't really feed into the hype is what I just heard. You don't really feed into the hype of people praising you or giving you a lot of compliments or wanting to know more about you. You kind of like stay very humble. Yeah, I mean, I guess the humble could be coming through with the hangman here, right? I'm really not really looking at the cards, guys. I just put them down for show. I really am just sitting here saying whatever spirit wants to come through at this point, you know? But yeah, that's what's coming through for you guys. There's something here about like your hang back nature, you know? You don't like to put yourself in everything or be a part of everything. There's something about, I'm hearing elitist about you, where you only show up at, see, that makes more sense with the Queen of Swords. She is very elitist. I would say the Queen of Swords is very elitist, very sophisticated, very elegant, you know. She went to finishing school. She walks with her back straight. She knows how to eat with the right utensils, right? She like holds her head high. She has that self-esteem to her. Yeah, when she speaks, people listen. That's making a lot more sense. But you are definitely someone who like hangs back, and it could be in the way of you being like a really chill person, or you keeping yourself held apart from the rest of society, whatever you want to call it. You keep yourself locked away. You don't really fit in, or want to fit in, or want to like, how can I say it, blend in with people. You can't blend in, literally. So it's like, you know what I'm getting? Like a royal family, right? Everyone wants to know them, be around them, praise them, you know, be a part of their life. They want to know all their business, which is great and everything. But there's always a part of the royal family that will be not like, I don't want to say superior, because we're all humans at the end of the day. That's why I don't like the whole monarchy situation, because we're all human. There's no human that's better than another human being, right? Unless someone just literally like a bad person, then maybe there is someone who's better than them. But when it comes to like hierarchy, we're all born, we all bleed, we all can get injured. No one is like, what's the word you can use? Not superior. No one is indestructible, essentially. If someone smack you, it's gonna hurt. If you get sick, you might die, right? You're not invincible. It's the other word coming through. Thank you. Because I'm like, what word am I trying to, what point am I trying to make here? You're not invincible. No one is. So the fact that we have monarchies that try to put people and put crowns on them and say, you're a leader of billions of people. No, we don't do that around here. So you would be like the Queen of England, the King of England. You would be the President of the United States, whatever. The leader of like a nation. You know what I mean? I just heard like fan group or something like that. You know how some people give their fans names, right? Like, what's the most recent fixation that I have right now is going to be Nick and Alandria from Love Island. So their fans call them Nicolandria. And so they then have deemed themselves the Nicolandrians. And I'm like, okay. And anytime I see it, I always think of the Mandalorian. I don't know what it is about the spelling of Nicolandrians. I'm like, it's giving Mandalorian, right? And there's something, from what I've seen of the show, I do believe he walked around with a helmet and a suit on everywhere he went. So it was kind of like he was apart from everyone else. We saw their faces. We kind of heard their voices. He was someone who wouldn't really talk. And we never saw his face until the last episode, I believe, of like season 1 or whatever. And I think Pedro Pascal is Mandalorian. And we never knew it was him because we didn't know who he was. He's quiet. He comes and fights evil and then leaves. Like, I don't know much about the show, to be fully honest with you. I don't know much about the show. But what I do know, and what I did see from like one small clip when I was at my cousin's house, their dad was watching it, is he just walks around in this astronaut costume because he's in space. He's a human, of course, so he needs some protection. He walks around with a big helmet and an astronaut suit, or a spacesuit, I think is a better word for it, honestly. And he just helps people, I think. He's a good guy. I'm not 100% sure. And he's like quiet, doesn't talk to anyone. And no one can see his face. Very private, away from everyone else, away from the rest of society. So there is that distinct line between you and everyone else that people like think makes you like a star, right? You could have the archetype when it comes to what was it? I forget what they're called, but Robert Greene's like seduction, whatever they're called, like how do you seduce people, you know? And you're like giving the mythic star, something like that, you know, where you're kind of like People want to know more about you, even though you're just as human as they are, if not more so. You know what I mean? They kind of put you on a pedestal, essentially, right? Because we have these two cards here where they're on a throne and they're on a throne. So that's the vibe coming through. The Hangman is someone who's very, 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 very imaginative, very, very, very creative. I haven't said it a million times already. I'll say it one more time. Because the Hangman is someone who's stuck in their head. So you could come through with someone who's like stuck in their head, but it's because you're creating things, right? I'm hearing a mad genius, okay? A mad scientist kind of thing. You have your own view of things and you are very loud and proud about what you believe in and how you view things to be, right? You have opinions and you're not scared to, say them, which is kind of giving a little bit of Hamilton, where he was like, if you stand for nothing, Burr, what do you fall for? Where Burr is telling them, talk less, smile more, don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. And Hamilton's looking at him crazy, like, if you stand for nothing, Burr, what will you fall for? Like, you have no values. You don't believe in anything or stand for anything. We don't know what you uphold, what you disregard. We don't know any of those things. We just know you're here and trying to be in office and trying to be somebody so bad, but you refuse to peel back the layers and show us who you really are. Like, the most vulnerable thing you can do, no matter how high and mighty, come on now, relax, you may think that you are, or people may treat you, when you are in the spotlight and when you peel back some layers and allow people to see you, that is you being vulnerable. And that's what I meant by you being even more vulnerable by being in a position of power or influence, because everyone knows your name, or a lot of people do, and that puts you at risk than someone who no one knows or cares who they are, right? That's the vibe coming through for you guys. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So it's kind of giving, like I said, I'm hearing like a Martin Luther King Jr. giving a speech. I'm hearing Malcolm X giving a speech. There's something here about the passion that you put into the things you believe in. The passion, the drive, and like I said, once again, the creativity you put into everything. It's kind of giving a one of one. Like, there's no other person like you. And that's what makes you stand out, or a star, or that's your star quality. There's no one else like you, right? Because it's kind of giving, there's a lot of people you meet in life that kind of give the same energy and you're kind of like, oh, okay. And then there's certain people that you meet that are just like, wow, I've never met anyone like you. And there's very few people like that in the world. The way they think, the way they move, the way they operate, things they create, you know what I mean? What they believe in, how they assert themselves, the fact that they're strong enough or brave enough to put themselves out there on the pedestal and allow people to follow them, or allow themselves to be vulnerable or seen. The scariest thing in the world, to me anyway, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people, to be really seen for who you are and potentially judged or hated or criticized for it. That is the bravery of people who put themselves out there on platforms, or who are on the public eye, or who are singers, who are creators. They give you their heart and soul in a song, in a video, in their art, and they give you the power to crucify them. And it's something you can do, and it's something you can like and vibe with, or it's something you can completely hate. There's always going to be, naysayers, but the power of you, your star quality, you put yourself out there and allow yourself to be criticized, right? But you still show up every day as yourself. That's what the Ace of Wands here is giving me. That people see you and immediately see someone who they like vibe with or they respect, is the kind of energy coming through here. Okay, so I forgot where we left off on, but I think we were going over something. Oh, I think it was about being seen, and how the most brave thing you could do is like show yourself to the world and leave yourself open for criticism, to share your passions, all that with the world, because the things that come from the heart, the things that you create with your solar plexus energy, with your freaking sacral chakra energy, those are your babies. And you don't want someone to hurt your baby, judge your baby. Like, you don't want things like, So that's what's coming through here. You guys are kind of giving Empress energy, where you like birth new things. And people are always like excited to see what you do next. That's the vibe coming through for you guys. Now we're going to use this next deck and see what else comes through. And I swear the time I've been gone, I used the bathroom, washed my hands, and now they're kind of dry again. But they're not hurting yet, so we're going to leave them alone. So I don't want to go to the whole thing of not wanting to sell you the cards. Okay, so let's get cards from this deck. What am I going to star quality? Please, Spirit, their star quality. I gotta remember the last. Their star qualities, please. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. So look at how, first of all, the outfit. The fit is fitting, okay? This is tea. As the kids are saying these days, this outfit is tea. Because it's skin's height, her body showing the boobs. You're getting a little bit of a hint of them. Like, it's definitely giving sensual vibes. And then we have the freaking rabbit behind it right there. And rabbits represent fertility, okay? And they also represent a lot of sacral chakra energy. So you can kind of be a sex symbol. And like I was saying with the Six of Wands, it is very much a conventionally attractive person in the spot that everybody kind of likes. So your attractiveness is definitely one of your main star qualities that kind of pique people's interest. It could be your body. It could be your face. It could be the things you create. It could be your children. Since we were talking about the Empress, fertility, and sacral chakra energy, it could be your children. Wheel of Fortune is like I feel like a very creative vibe. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. Maybe you're like a 90s kid or 80s kid. This is giving peak Angelica. And look, we have bunnies coming through again. I'll take it. Oh, they're kittens. They look like bunnies to me. Like, when I see new cards in the deck, I definitely want to use them. And then here we have Judgment. I'm going to leave it right there because these are too many cards. Wait, what was that supposed to be? And we have the Devil. Yeah, there's something about your sex appeal. Those are one of your star qualities, okay? We'll take it out just because. And then we have the Queen of Cups. A lot of cards are coming out for you guys. You have a lot. I'm hearing you're you're a catch. You're quite the catch, you know? That's what I was hearing as well. So, like, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely giving the lottery. You won a lot of things. A lot of different things that make you, or that make you star quality? No. That tie into your star quality. There's a lot of different things with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you were blessed with the genetic lottery, like I was saying for one of the groups when I was doing what does your person look like? You have a lot of sex appeal. I will say that. But then there's also kind of like a innocent vulnerability to you that's also very endearing, is what I'm getting as well. A lot of major arcana cards as well as what I'm getting. So like I said, there's a lot of things, first of all, but the things that do stand out are like huge things. It's not just small things. They're big things. It makes sense. And I feel like I'm saying things too much. Okay, look at how she's looking at us in the Lover's card. Like, girl, relax. Who are you trying to seduce? Like, in the Wheel of Fortune, where she's looking like the sexy with the skin's height is giving Catwoman vibes. Like, she's looking real, you know, chill. She's looking real chill. But then we see the Lovers. I mean, of course, if she's looking amorously at her lover, I would understand. But dang, relax, girl. Oh, boy. Your star quality, yes, there's something amorous, there's something romantic, there's something sexy, there's something endearing, like just magnetic about you. That's what your star quality consists of, okay? Your stare, the way you look at people, is just a seduction to you, okay? I'm hearing that song by, what's his name? Sensual Seduction. Snoop Dogg. Also, I saw 444 just for a second there, so that could be coming through as well, 444. But there's like a very grounded energy to you. You're definitely giving someone who has like a lot of interest. Like, music can be one of the things that you talk about. You're always singing. You're always watching movies. Like, this right here is giving pop culture in the 80s or the 90s, whatever you want it to be. This is giving, like, it is giving Rugrats. I think I said it already. Like Angelica from Rugrats. That's what this is giving. She was very spoiled, okay? She was very much a little bit of a brat. She liked getting her way, okay? That could be you. You like throw a tantrum if you don't get what you want. But you know, that's the childlike endearment coming through from you, because you're also giving adult endearment, right? And I just heard adult entertainment. What do y'all be doing out here? Period. Let me stop. This is like, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, the quintessential 90s room that you saw in all the 90s shows, right? And those people that were like teenagers or like 10, 11, 12 in the 90s were born in the 80s. So, of course, their room would kind of, mirror the 80s. So, 80s, 90s vibes are coming through. So, you could be an 80s or a 90s baby. And that's like something that you bring with you, your knowledge from that time. And also your good takes. I feel like the best movies and shows and music was kind of made in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. We kind of fell off a little bit, because like there's just like nostalgia to you. That could be one of your star qualities. You make people feel nostalgic, and that could be why when I was kind of looking into this card, 444 showed up, because 444 is kind of like a feeling of safety and stability, security, structure. 4 means all of those things as well. So you represent those things to people as well, right? A place where they feel seen. That could be something you talk about, like if you're on social media or just in your friend group or in the world. You just talk about the movies you love, the TV shows you love, and people are like, oh my gosh, I love those same things too. And then they find some kind of camaraderie with you, right? Then we have the Lovers. We already kind of went over her seduction, her seductive stare. Yeah, there's something like very aesthetic and pretty about you, because I keep looking at if you see this over here, whenever I see this in a movie or a video, it just kind of it reminds me of like a certain period in my childhood where like everything was really carefree. I was like living in Florida. Like it just gives me childhood vibe. I can't point or pinpoint a specific memory, but it takes me back to when I was younger. There's something about this, the reflection of the sun on the black top desk. It's like just beautiful. It makes me feel comfortable. Yeah, and kids like nostalgia. So you're one of your star qualities is you make people feel nostalgic, right? Then we have Judgment here. And once again, she's holding like a disc. So music could be a big thing for you guys. Whether you're the one singing the music, reviewing the music. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Reviewing the music. Judgment also represents big life events. It also represents fated events. It also represents inner calling. And it's funny because in group 1, they had like, when the dice, they had like North Node and South Node. And I kind of translated it to you having an inner calling. I didn't call it inner calling. I called it like destiny, because that's what North Node kind of means to me sometimes. But the inner calling, there's something about you that just calls to people, that keeps coming through. Move these cards over a little bit so you can get a little bit of all of them. And when I was looking at this card in the phone instead of like on the table, because I can't see all the cards, I can see them through the phone, because like I'm behind the phone is like right here, then the cards are in the phone, so I'm seeing it like you're seeing it essentially. And that's how I view the cards. Before I picked up the Judgment card, I got like 50s housewife vibes as well. So that's what I was saying about full package. There's a childlike innocence to you. You have that sex appeal. Then you're kind of giving 50s housewife. You're very creative. It's like, you're just like, you can't be put in a box, You can't be put in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And then we have the Devil here, which is like just giving, this is giving it's Capricorn. That's funny. I'm like the suit and the ears is definitely giving boss B. And look at how I was freaking talking about Rugrats, and we have, well, any of these dolls could be Angelica from Rugrats. Like, there's a mischievousness to you guys. Like, whether you're feminine or masculine, there's sex appeal. You're gorgeous. You're very freaking attractive. You're very endearing. You love all the cartoons. You could love anime. You like comic books. You like comic book movies. You like television. I'm hearing SpongeBob. Stuff like that. All the shows from your childhood are kind of what you represent to other people, if that makes sense. Like, if there's no other way I can explain it, that's what it's coming through as. When you see your favorite show and it reminds you of when life used to be good and carefree as a child, that's the energy you bring out people around you, okay? And it could be because you're talking about the things that they loved when they were kids, or it could be just your energy, right? But here we have the Devil, which is giving the opposite of that. It's giving bad B, it's giving boss B, it's giving don't mess with me, right? So you're embodying all these different energies, which is kind of like it's very interesting, I would say, to say the least. Jesus Christ, that hurt. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. But I love how they are really giving Angelica. And I was definitely mentioning Rugrats. Okay, come this way. Stop being rude. Okay, let me hurry up before this reading goes so long, because they weren't supposed to be that long. But All my group 2s, star qualities, please, Spirit. Thank you. And look at how she has the car. It's definitely giving head be in charge. There's an intensity to you. There is a allure to you, a magnetism to you, an obsession that people get when it comes to you. They get obsessed with your energy. They want to be in your skin is what I'm hearing as well. That's what's coming through for you with the devil especially. The devil, like I said, can, not like I said, but like I was mentioning, can represent unhealthy attachments to people and things. So people can have like an unhealthy attachment to you. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we have all the fixed signs coming through. So you could be a Taurus, you could be a Scorpio, you could be a Leo, or you could be an Aquarius. With the Devil, we have Capricorn energy coming through. With the Lovers, we have Gemini, and with Judgment, we have, I think, Scorpio again. I believe it's Scorpio because the Judgment is like Plutonian energy. No, that's kind of the Tower. What is Judgment? Judgment could be Uranus as well, and that's Aquarius. So either way, Scorpio, Aquarius coming through once again. Here we have a Widower, which came through Group 1. Yeah, we have some people from Group 1. What up, what up? Here we have House, so that's that 444 energy that was coming through. Structure, stability, feeling safe, constancy, standing on business, which came through Group 1 as well. And then we have Misfortune. Wow, somebody really is like, wow. Go watch Group 1 if you didn't feel, if you felt called to at all. And here we have Melancholy, which was like a big thing for Group 1 as well. Not to keep mentioning them, apologize. So we have a Widower. That could be like a aloofness to you, or you like to keep to yourself. You know what I mean? And like I said, that is what the Queen of Swords gives. When I was mentioning her, talking about her earlier, she stays away from everyone. She's kind of like an entity unto herself, right? An island unto herself on her own. Then we have the House here, which is giving Fortress. I was trying to say structure and fortress at the same time. Don't mind me, don't judge me. It's giving fortune, right? It's giving fortress. You can't get past it. You're hard to read sometimes, you know what I mean? I do believe like if you don't want people to kind of read you, you are like a closed book sometimes. And that could be a star quality of yours. You know how to turn on and off your appeal and your emotions when you're ready, okay? Melancholy, a little bit sad, right? You have constancy. You are who you are through and through. You don't fold. You don't become someone else. You don't change who you are, right? And then Misfortune. I don't even know what this is supposed to mean when it comes to star quality. Maybe unfortunate things happen to people. And then you get the Wheel of Fortune. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so how can Misfortune be interpreted when it comes to one of your star qualities? Maybe you turn people's fortune around. You could be like a little bit of fortune teller, right? You could be a good luck charm. And that's making me think of Good Luck Charlie, and how I was mentioning to my best friend how Good Luck Charlie was the last show that I watched on Disney Channel before I feel like I opted out of the Disney experience. I'm like, Good Luck Charlie was the last show standing. I live in Maddie. I saw a few episodes. I wasn't watching it on Disney though. You know what I mean? And then Casey Undercover, didn't watch that show. All the shows that came after, didn't watch those shows. The last show I remember tuning into on Disney was Good Luck Charlie. And then I personally exempted myself out from being qualified to watch Disney anymore. Okay. So Good Luck Charlie could be that coming through as well. Childhood, you know. The last show you remember watching when you were a kid before you opted out of being able to watch kid shows. We have Taurus coming through again. Taurus came through in the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something very grounded about you. You also, like I said earlier, you like things. Or if I didn't mention it, I'm mentioning it now. Your creature comforts is always what comes through for Taurus. They like to be comfortable. They like to eat good, sleep good, everything soft, surround themselves with things that make them feel comfortable, which is like why it's giving House. You give your comfort to people, right? You're that person's favorite blanket, okay? And who was one of the characters from the childhood shows who had like a blankie? Was it Tommy? No, it was freaking Chucky. I think he had like a blankie he didn't want to get rid of because his mom gave it to him. Why do I keep stuttering? It's getting annoying now. I think I'm talking too fast. Here we have Sagittarius. You're an adventurer. You're a voyager. You go looking after things. You're a seeker as well. You're an optimist. You're optimist? I was hearing Optimus Prime. Transformers could be coming through as well for somebody. That could be a favorite movie of yours, okay? I know there's a lot of guys who fell in love with freaking, what's her name? The main girl character, Megan something, from that movie. They were a lot of people's sexual awakening. Okay. We have eighth house, which is Scorpio energy coming through again. That sex appeal, confirmation. Here we have the moon, that mystery, that emotion, that depth is coming through once again. Okay. And yeah, some of you are from group one. Don't lie and tell me you're not. I'm not doofy. I'm not stupid. Let me stop. Why am I getting crazy? That is that Ace of Wands passion. You put some bass in your voice when it comes to talking about things that you believe in, right? And people have no choice but to listen and follow behind you. Okay, next one. Where's the last one? No, there's two more. Wait, why are the dice disappearing? Oh, there's one all the way up here. Okay, we have third house, which is communication, talking, social media, siblings. So you could go on a sibling vibe, which would make a lot of sense because your siblings grow up with you throughout life. So they would be a part of your nostalgia if someone gives you the feeling that your siblings gave you growing up, whether it was a good feeling or a bad feeling, right? Or a safe feeling, like I know you, I've seen you before, I feel comfortable with you. Why? Because you remind me of my sister or my mom or my dad, that crazy uncle we all loved, right? And then we have the last one here, which is Mars. So you're going after what you want. But this misfortune, maybe there's something here about fire, danger, exhilaration. I'm hearing Henry Danger. Please. I didn't watch that show either. I stopped watching Nickelodeon way before I stopped watching Nick, child. But Henry Danger was like a show on Disney as well. Not Disney. What am I saying? Nick. Oh, Lord. Yeah. It was a show on Nick as well, okay? I'm also hearing Nick at Night, and I know I used to be watching Nick at Night. I would be watching Full House. I would be watching George Lopez. I would be watching all those shows. Full House, George Lopez. What are some other shows that came on? The Bill Cosby Show. What was it? Was it The Cosby Show? Just take off Bill. What other shows came on? I know Malcolm in the Middle, but I hated that show. That show was so boring to me. I would be pissed off when it was Malcolm in the Middle's turn to like have a whole like marathon come on every naked night. I'm like, okay, I'm head out. That's my cue to leave. I hated that show so much. I don't know what it was about it. A lot of people liked it, but I hated it. I'm like, this is so boring. I don't want to watch it. That kind of thing. But those shows are coming through. Nick at Night, okay? I'm also hearing Drake and Josh. You know what I mean? Those are all our childhood memories. So that's the kind of energy or feelings you invoke in people, you know? That kind of add or tribute to your star qualities, okay? But anyway, I'm going to leave your reading right here. We have Aries coming through as well with the Mars energy. So like I said, going after what you want fearlessly. See, this is why I got to end the readings. I'm like stumbling over my words now. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe, share if you feel called to do so your friends can see, your family can see what star qualities they embody as well. What people like about them, what stands out about them, okay? If you ever want a reading with me, you could book with me using my email in the description box below. Anything else I have to say? No. If you want to get some bracelets from Otter Spirit, my code and my link is in the description box. Look forward to more collabs in the upcoming weeks. I just gotta find time to film them properly. But be on the lookout for that. And that's about it. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. Oh. If you chose thumbnail image, I sound like Rick Ross there. I'm so sorry. What a chaotic freaking beginning or start to your reading. Okay, if you chose thumbnail image 3 or however you found your way here, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be getting into what are your star qualities, what makes you stand out apart from the crowd, what sets you apart from everyone else. Okay, now when I was shuffling the deck, the 10 of Pentacles stood out to me, as well as the Queen of Wands, which is still at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I was going to start off your reading by saying your fire, your zest, okay, your charm. There's something larger than life about you, but also the Queen of Wands is known for being very, straightforward, right? She's known for being very steadfast, very stubborn. She's good at getting what she wants. She doesn't back down from a challenge. She could be a little bit of a hard-headed one, and she will challenge you, okay? Whether it's to get whatever she wants or to make you a better person, she will definitely challenge you. She'll make you a better person, more patient person for sure, for having known her, after knowing her, right? 10 of Pentacles is usually like luxury, you're very stable, you have your own house, it represents a happy family. So one of your star qualities could be your family, right? Because there are certain people who like post their families on social media, and everyone is kind of like, I want that to be my family. It's kind of giving Kardashians, but also some of these newer influencers who post their kids, and when they have kids, they post them from small. We kind of grow up with them and form an attachment, and then we're like invested in their journey kind of thing. So you could be one of those people who posts about your family, or I'm pretty sure everyone watching here does not have a reality television show, but I would think that if a celebrity or somebody were to have chosen this pile, if they ever would have come across this reading, it would kind of be like a Kardashian or maybe Kylie Jenner or something, because everyone loves her and Kim, right? More so than the other sisters, I feel like, because they have that star quality to them. I believe Kylie's a Leo, so that makes sense for her, and Kim was a Libra, which makes sense for her because her beauty is what made her popular. And for Kylie, I don't know what it was about her. There's just something that everyone, like, her, not her lust for life, but she's like a little crazy sometimes. She just does whatever she wants, and she gaslighted most of the world about them lips, and she still continues to do so as well, when it comes to certain things in her life. So it's kind of like there's like, you're a little bit of like a show. You're entertaining. People like watching you, what you're gonna do next, maybe your family is kind of dramatic and they like to see what you're gonna do next, or that kind of things was coming through. But yeah, Queen of Wands and Ten of Pentacles together is like giving crazy family. You're the star of the family, so you stand out, or you're the prettiest sister or prettiest brother, or you know what I mean, the one who everyone knows, that kind of thing. Your face is very noticeable. I'm like, because I got a vision of like a lineup, when people bring a bunch of criminals together and try to get someone to identify them. It's kind of like people would be able to choose your face out of a lineup, right? The way they can identify their favorite celebrity and stuff like that, So that's what's coming through for you guys. Whew, and it makes a lot of sense because this reading started off quite chaotic, so you could be a little bit chaotic, whether you're feminine or masculine. I know I was mentioning a lot of like feminine energy. Those are most of the people online. They're the ones who are posting and doing the editing and putting their families out there. I don't know many male influencers, that could be because I'm a girl and I'm not watching no man influencers, I'm watching the girlies. Okay, so maybe if you are even a guy, you're kind of giving one of the girls. I'm giving like Kendall from season 6 of Love Island. He was one of the girls. He loved him some gossip, and even up to recently, they had a new series, Love Island Beyond the Villas, where season 6 people, because that was the most popular season by far, it blew up on social media. Everyone was like invested in what's happening after, the connections that were built. Are they still friends? Yada yada yada. And they gave them a little show on Peacock. So if you're done watching Love Island season 7 and you want something else to watch, and you are a big fan of Love Island, maybe go watch season 6 and then watch Beyond the Villa. If you have watched season 6 and you love them, go watch Beyond the Villa. See how I'm promoting and putting my information out there. That kind of thing is coming through for you guys as well, right? But yeah, that's what's coming through. I don't even know where I was going with that. Yes, Kendall from season 6. He was very much always in business. Like, he was the most gossipy man I've ever seen in my life. He loved to hang out with the girls in that season and just take back tea to the guys. And he loved like making trouble with the guys and telling them to do things they shouldn't do, and being like just a very questionable character indeed. Like, I started off the season liking him, then towards the end he like just pissed me off, right? Because he was always in the middle of drama, then so confused at how he got into the middle of drama, and I'm like, Kendall, Kendall, are we playing dumb here? Okay. And Kendall is also a name of a Kardashian or gender, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, it's definitely giving like gossip, right? So your star quality is like spreading business, spreading news, or just spreading information, right? I heard misinformation. Interesting. Okay. Okay, a lot of channel messages for your group in particular. Just give me a minute. We're going to get into the cards right now. But Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, we'll keep her out. I'm sure she would have fallen out again, but we'll save her the time and effort. So it's definitely giving pretty privilege, princess treatment, that kind of thing is coming through. So I'm like, I'm sure she would have come out already. Let me just take her off so she doesn't have to go through all the hassle, right? So people go out of their way to do things for you. And that's the definition of pretty privilege, or just privilege in general, right? Or I'm hearing white woman audacity. Look, the world revolves around you. Exactly. That's your star quality, that the world revolves around you. You know how to command a room, demand attention, demand respect. Like, there's just something about you that steps into the room and all eyes are on you, okay? So you have like a celebrity status, meant to be famous vibe to you, and that kind of came through in group 2. If you felt called to group 2 at all, you have Seven of Swords, your Seven of Swords. Your star qualities, maybe being a little sneaky, keeping a lot of things to yourself, being gossipy. This is moving shiesty in a way. The Seven of Swords is keeping a lot to yourself. No, this is ghetto, guys. Okay, but I'm loving it. I love tea and gossip, y'all. One thing about me, okay, I'm here for it. Okay, there's just sometimes you need some therapy to talk your ish and move along. That could be you. Sometimes you just need to get it out, say what you need to say, and then keep it pushing, right? Sometimes you just gotta let a little bit loose, and that's the vibe that's coming through for you guys. And I'm here for it. Okay, so the world revolves around you. It's kind of like the Seven of Swords is, I'm hearing like, it's not backhanded anything. It's just sneaky, foxish behavior. Foxes get a bad rep for being like very cunning, very smart. They're like master manipulators in a way, you know, whether it's for the good, better, greater good, or not for the greater good, for their, betterment, whatever it may come through as. Okay, your star quality. So maybe being able to keep a secret from people. And then we have the sun. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I'll say it's all right. Little darling, okay, come on. That is reminding me of Florida 2020. I had gone back to visit like one of my childhood best friends, and we had rented out an Airbnb, and there was this beautiful backyard in the Airbnb, and we would just sit back there and bask in the sunshine without being burned to a crisp. And I think we were like, was it in Orlando? It was in Orlando. I don't know how we went. We just wanted to go on a trip, right? We didn't have any plans to go to Disney, but it was definitely Orlando. Like, I met her in Fort Lauderdale. We kind of went on like a road trip. It was very beautiful. But yeah, it's kind of giving me that carefree, like a vacation, just basking in the sunlight, really bright. Because we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the sun, just like very fiery, very bright, very tantalizing, very warm, like star power energy, But like, it's just reminding me of a video that I posted years ago on Instagram, and I was like in the sun, and my skin was skinning, okay? And we were in the back, and we were taking pictures, and when I posted on Instagram, I put "Here Comes the Sun." That's the song that I used, because it was just like, Florida's known for its bright, sunshiny days, and it's just so gorgeous there. I hate Florida, honestly, just to tell you the truth, but that vacation it was beautiful. I need another vacation, y'all. I need to plan one. But I hate having to plan stuff. I'm the kind of person who's waiting for all the friends to plan, and for me to just give them the money and we can go. Like, I don't want to sit there and look for the hotels and book the flights. And I feel like the Virgo in me should be better at that, but she just don't like it. She's not a fan, okay? She's like, no, you plan it. I'll just put my part in and we can go, right? That's me. Or else I'm never going to go on a trip. If it's up to me to plan something, I ain't going. You know what I mean? I am a very much a spontaneous person. I would get up, book a flight, go to somewhere, and just find my way. But then I'm also would be anxiety ridden if I were to do that, which is why I don't go anywhere. Unless somebody else plans it. Oh, the chaos. You're chaotic, guys. Group 3. That's one of your star qualities. Wherever you go, trouble could follow, or wherever you go, excitement follows, right? It's kind of like the tornado. You represent the eye of the storm, and everything around you is kind of like going to ish, because you're just a little bit of a storm, Okay. I'm hearing storm warning by Hunter Hayes. I'm going to wish I had a storm warning. I'm going to wish I had a sign. I'm going to wish I had a little heads up, a little leeway, a little more time. Some kind of radar system locked in on love. Storm warning, Hunter Hayes. Basically, he's asking he's asking or saying that he wished he would have had like a little bit of a warning before this girl came in and completely swept him away. And she was a storm, so it wasn't a good thing. It was just kind of like very chaotic. And, you know, I would have liked some heads up, but he didn't get any heads up. She just came, swept him away, and that was the end of the day. That was the end of that, right? I want one more card, though. Can I get one more card for my group threes, please, Spirit? What is their star quality? What makes them stand out? And then we have the King of Wands. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. You're fire. Oh my gosh, I can't. That sound, like, I finally was able to find the name of that sound in the last video that I did about, like, looks, right? And I feel like I've mentioned it in another reading where it's like, you really had me thinking I was mid. Like, I wasn't that fire. Like, I wasn't that something. Like, I wasn't that za. And I'm like, I know who said it. I know who it originated from, but I just could never find it, right? And that's the kind of energy coming through for you. You guys are trouble. You're troublemakers. Wherever you go, your confidence follows. Wherever you go, this spark, this pizzazz, this different energy comes through. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like, is this person delusional or are they just that fire? Like, I can't decide, right? I need to find it now. Okay, guys, so I had recorded this part of the reading. I mean, not the reading, so sorry. I recorded this part of the video on YouTube. They didn't say nothing last time, so I'm going to do it again so you can hear what she says. And this is your vibe to a T. So listen closely. Let's see. Is the sound on? Probably not. Let me put it on. Don't start with me, because I will fight, and I do.
Wasn't that fire? Like, I wasn't that.
Hold up.
You really had me out here thinking I was mid. Like, I wasn't that gas. Like, I wasn't that fire. Like, I wasn't that za. Are you crazy? Well, let me reintroduce myself. Because that bitch you used to fuck with, she don't live here no more. Ass fat, titties right, let's see tight, pockets heavy. My face card don't fucking decline. But somehow I let you take me out of my bag. But guess what? It's back. She's fucking back. This what the fuck you wanted. Dun da da da. Bad bitch activated. I'm a motherfucking savage. Stupid ass.
I love her for that. Like, that's you to a T, guys. Like, I hope YouTube doesn't act stupid, okay? Because I will definitely be upset. Can y'all move? I don't want to do none of this.
You really have me.
Okay, that's enough, Taylor, okay? If you want to know who that is, it's Taylor Paige. Taylor, Taylour, Paige, Paige. And that's like her viral TikTok sound that kind of, I don't know why she posted it, who she was talking about, but that was just like the sound when I first joined TikTok. One of the ones that went viral. So I'm like, okay, period, okay. That's the vibe it's coming through. Like, it's giving, I know who I am. I know I'm the baddest. Like, I know that. Like, don't mess with me. Don't play around with me. Don't waste my time. Or you will regret it. You know, I won't even give you the option to waste my time. Because as soon as you show me one little inkling of playing around, I'm leaving. Queen of Wands. Now we have King of Wands coming through. So it's just like fire all around. You're very explosive sometimes. You can have like a temper on you. You know what I mean? You be cussing a lot. Because she was really going in a little bit on this clip here. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see if like I want them to give me the words, because if YouTube does flag it and say I can't post it, I still want a clip of the video where I can tell it to you. Anyway, yeah, basically when people try to put you in your place or make you feel less than, you have to remind yourself your confidence is on 1,000, million, 100 trillion, okay, whatever, a made-up number that you'll never be able to fully count out, but that's where your confidence level is at, and that's where your star quality ends and begins. You know who you are. You stand up for yourself. You'll fight back. You'll cuss somebody out. You'll crash out. You'll pop off. Whatever you want to call it is what's coming through. You could cry, scream, cuss, that kind of stuff. And that's what makes you stand out from everybody else, right? Because everyone else is kind of like, very calm and da-da-da. But you're like, I'm going to say what's on my mind. I don't care if you like it. You're going to have to deal with me, or you don't have to deal with me. If you don't like it, it's giving Amaya from Love Island. She's like, if I'm not your cup of tea, then don't drink it, baby. If I'm not the kind of book you want to read, then don't read it, honey. Like, what else do you want from me? Like, that right there. You're never going to convince me that I'm not the best, the baddest, or whatever to ever have lived or been born, right? And people are like, oh my gosh, this person's Delulu. No. Okay, no, you're just a hater, right? Because there will definitely be some haters out there that hate how much you love yourself. And I was telling somebody, I feel like I met a guy like a few months ago. It's been the months have been going by so fast, and like I met him at like a singles event that I went to, and he was like texting, but I wasn't interested because I was, not to be salty or anything, but I was definitely more interested in his friend. Okay, I met his friend first. We had a good conversation, and he never told me he came with a friend, right? And the same friend he came with, we were like talking about, like not making fun of, but joking about in the event, because we were talking about people who were like wearing red, because that's like one of the questions that were on the little icebreaker they give you. And they were like, find somebody who was like wearing red, and I was pointing to his, what ended up being his friend, and I was like, that's not really red, it's like more faded, it's more orange or whatever, but I'm sure it used to be red. And he was like, laughing, and like, yeah, and then just to find out that was his friend the whole time, I'm like, ooh, you a little salty for not saying that's your friend. Okay, but anyway, we had a conversation. Then the friend came over like just out of nowhere, and we had a conversation. It wasn't even magnificent or immaculate. It was the regular kind of boring conversation. And then he asked for my number, and I was like, I mean, I guess, okay. So I gave him my number, and he was like texting me, and I'm like, not interested, right? And then he like, I was out with my friend one time, right? And he was like, oh, where are you guys? I'll come meet you. I'm like, I guess. Because let me give you a fair shot before I meet you once and just like completely cut you off and say I'm not interested forever, ever, right? So I'm like, yeah, we're at this bar. You can pull up, right? He pulls up. He spends the whole time just like talking about himself. He gives like self-centered vibes, and I'm just like, I'm not a fan of that. Like, I need you have to worship me, like that kind of, my Leo Venus is like, no, we don't accept anything less than worship around here. And he was just like talking to my friend, and then I had like went to the bathroom and came back, and he was like telling her how, oh, I'm usually into Dominicans, but I was trying to, get out of my comfort zone and, get out of my type and and talk to your friend. I'm just like, who says stuff like that? Like, that's just so cringy. I can never say I only date black men or I only date this man. I date whoever, shows me respect and shows me interest. Like, it's just the world that we live in right now. Everybody's with everybody. You can't even just say I'm only usually dating this kind of person. First of all, disclaimer, that boy ain't even cute, child. I'm not even trying to be mean or rude. He was less than mid. And I was being nice by giving him my number, not to be rude or anything, but I'm like, I'm not interested. I want your friend. His friend was the cutest little thing. I'm like, you're so little. Like, I like you. But he didn't ask me for my number. So I'm like, okay, let me stop. I'm trying to perpetuate a cycle of entertaining guys that show interest, okay? So I'm like, sure, let me give you my number, whatever. But he's sitting there talking the whole time, and I'm like, more in the night, I'm like already fed up. My friend is like, girl, no, he ain't it. I'm like, I already know he's in it. I knew he wasn't there before he even got here. But I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to do things differently and not be so picky out here in these streets, because it's hard, for a pimp. Anyway, so later on in the night, we're like, oh, now he's talking to me more. Right? Because now I like cuss him out. I'm like, you've been talking to my friend the whole time. You texted me to come here for what? Like, you haven't been paying me any mind. You know what I mean? You've been buying drinks, cool, and that's cute and everything, but you're not talking and trying to get to know me at all, right? But I feel like I was kind of giving off the energy of leave me alone as well, so I can't even like put not too much on him. Anyway, okay, I'm getting distracted. The whole moral of the story is I told him I feel like I'm perfect. He's like, oh, nobody's perfect, nobody's that. I'm like, in a world where nobody will big you up and nobody will tell you how good you are and nobody will ever know you as good as you know you, I'm telling you, I'm perfect. I'm not talking about physically perfect. I think I'm perfect, just how I am. Crazy, chaotic, chunky, whatever you want to call. I don't care. I'm perfect just as I am. Oh, nobody's perfect. No, you're not. I'm like, boy, if you don't get out of my face, you're trying to, this is not how you talk to a girl you're interested in. Oh, you're not perfect. Nobody is. Shut up. I'm like, in a world where nobody will ever tell you just how beautiful you are, you got to tell yourself that. So yes, I am perfect, right? I'm not saying I don't have faults. I'm not saying none of that. But me, as I am right now, and who I was before, and who I will always be is perfect. He's like, oh no, and that's you guys. Like, telling people you're perfect and there's no flaws. I'm flawless out here. Because if you don't tell yourself that, who will? People will always find things bad to say about you. Will they ever compliment you? No, and even if they do, never enough to like, really big you up. It's like people like to big you up and that you're doing good, but never better than them. So it's like, okay, people are often try to do something like belittle you or make you feel less than or whatever, and you're like, I'm not having it. Group 3 is like, no, I'm not delusional. I'm perfect, and that's it. That's the vibe coming through for you guys, okay? Especially with the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, the World, and the Sun. It's just like, what more? It's kind of like you're so blinding sometimes. People are like, are you even real? That kind of thing. What song am I hearing? I'm hearing Are You Even Real? I think that's a song by 𝐓𝐈𝐿𝐴, and let me look it up. Yes, the song is called Are You Even Real by 𝐓𝐈𝐿AN and Teddy Swims, right? And it starts off by saying, are you even real, or did I make you up? How could someone like you want to give me love? Don't think I deserve you, but I can't get enough. You're so beautiful, spiritual, more like a miracle. Part of me scared that you might be invisible. Too good to be true. Tell me, are you? Tell them, are you? Anyway, made up in my head, or are you in my bedroom? Questions that I ask ever since I met you. Tell me, are you? Something from a dream or something that I made up. Questions that I ask every time I wake up. You never do too much. Somehow you're still enough for me. I can feel the rush even when you slow dance for me. Stop it. Look at you laying right there. Are you from this world? I swear. You're beautiful, spiritual. I just want you to know. Is it all pretend or something I made real? I don't know what to think, and if it's all a dream, I don't want to wake up, sorry. So makeup can be important as well. You like to beat your face, period, okay? There is something here about you always looking good. You look good, smell good, dress good, you know what I mean? It's definitely giving, I'm hearing hood rich, right? Or just something about that gives off, yeah, you got the Ten of Pentacles at the beginning of the reading, exactly. That's what's coming through. It's kind of like you're from the hood, but you're still hood rich. So you be out here stunting on people, stunting on hoes, right? That's funny. Okay. That's what's coming through for you guys. I do please highly recommend you listening to the song. It's so good. Are You Even Real? Teddy Swims and 𝐓𝐈𝐿AN, right? So that's the vibe that's coming through. You're very confident, right? You're a leader. You're a natural born leader. You're giving Leo vibes 10 times over. I do believe the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands is Leo. It could be both or either or. So Leo is coming through quite strong here for you guys, and it's coming through even stronger because we have the World card, which is all the fixed signs, which is Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, okay? So you're kind of giving little stubborn vibes. Those are your, like, standout traits. People try to tell you otherwise. You're stubborn. You're also very motivated. You're also very driven. So you could also be very successful in whatever it is that you do, because whatever you put your mind in, whether it is about you or someone else, always gets done. So you're very successful, right? Now, let's get some more cards. I don't even know what I'm doing and how the reading got to be 24 minutes, but I love it. Leave the sun in the comments if you're resonating with the reading so far. It's nowhere near over, but, we have strength coming through. Another Leo energy, and look at how she's dressed, like the debutante, right? The belle of the ball is what's coming through. The diamond of the ball, if you're a Bridgerton watcher. Like, there's a thing in Bridgerton where the queen chooses a diamond of the season every season that the girls kind of like present themselves to society kind of thing, right? So you could also have very old-fashioned back in the day kind of values, and that definitely sticks out. Like, you better, like I was saying, the man better worship me and show me that he is worthy of me, not the other way around, right? Anyway, diamond of the season, the queen chooses one every season, and that is the girl that all the guys chase after. So you're giving that girl, that's your star quality. People chase after you and want to be with you, and it makes a lot of sense whether you're masculine or feminine, because we have the queen and the King of Wands. So you're embodying both. You can also be the feminine version of driven and successful and beautiful and confident, but you're also the masculine version of that as well, okay? Either or, like I said, you're getting your way. Okay, so strength, belle of the ball. You're the diamond of the season, the one that everybody kind of wants, right? And you see in the card how there's a bunch of like sparkles around her. So it's like, yeah, the ultimate prize. You're the second group that is getting black cat energy, because she literally has a black cat here. So it's definitely giving Belle, okay? Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Maybe you're very well read, okay? Everyone, yeah, because Belle was literally the most prettiest girl in the village. That makes her the best, in the words of Gaston, okay? And people would always ask, like, in the song, they were like, she's so weird and peculiar, but she's also so beautiful. Where did she come from? So, like I said, that Seven of Swords, there's something a little misleading about you. Maybe you come off as maybe the it girl or the, you know, fashion girl or the makeup girl, but you're also like a little bit quirky, and it kind of throws people off sometimes, you know? What else is coming through for my group threes, please, Spirit? What else is coming through for my group threes? A little bit, are you just a daydream? Such a good song. Group threes, their star qualities. What makes them stand out? What are their star qualities? This is Eight of Wands. You can talk really fast, be very talkative, very social, very friendly. You like being a part of human society. You like being in the spotlight. You like interacting with people. You like meeting new people. You like traveling. That kind of stuff is what I meant to say. Eight of Wands represents all that. The Eight of Wands, like a very fast incoming energy, something you cannot stop even if you try. It's like giving tornado vibes. And I didn't want to mention that you guys are kind of giving Tasmanian Devil, but I use him as an example. I use him as an example so much, I feel like you guys are probably sick of me. But he's always the best example. Whenever he came around, things got stirred up, things got messed up, things got, you know, thrown all across the room. And then he came like a tornado, like a wrecking ball, and then he would leave. Like, he wasn't a full part of the Looney Tunes group, but you always knew Taz because he was the one who came on the screen, effed things up, and left. That's how you knew his name. That's how he made his name, right? So that could be the same thing that makes you a star quality. You come around, mess things up a little bit, get things excited, and then you leave, right? Not get things excited, you make things exciting. Okay. Right? So it's giving zipping and doing it, like Wendy Williams would say. You come in, give people the time of their lives, and then you leave before you're even gone. And they're kind of like, wait, was this a trick of the light? Was this even my imagination? The Seven of Swords, were they really real? You know? This is also kind of giving sci-fi and fantasy. So yeah, and even in the song, he's like, are you just this, are you even real, or are you just a daydream? So people think that you're not even real, that you're kind of, and look, we have the freaking Queen of Wands coming through again. Guys, stop playing. And then we have the Empress. Wow, she's beautiful. Yep, I don't know what else I want me to say, y'all. Center of attention. All eyes on you. Like, that's it. You're kind. With the Empress coming through here. We have like a lot of major arcana. Hold on. The Empress will not be excluded from this spread. Don't do that. Not today. There's a little bit of like, I don't want to say promiscuity, but like mischievousness to you, because this Empress here is kind of giving me Poison Ivy vibes. And I don't know much about Poison Ivy, but I did like see her in DC Superhero Girls, because not the babies, they were never babies when I met them. The twins that I used to take care of, okay, loved the show DC Superhero Girls, and they would watch it. And Poison Ivy was like very loud, very quirky. It's like, let me see if I can find. She was like a little deranged, a little crazy. Like in the show, when she was like in her regular state, like, I guess like human, she was like very introverted, minded her business. But then as soon as she turned to Poison Ivy, she was like very much giving like Shigo. It's giving Jessica Rabbit. That kind of energy is what you're bringing when it comes to your star qualities, where you're a little like, are you a good guy or are you a bad guy? Like, your people are not really sure. You know what I mean? It's like giving a little problematic. You get tongues wagging. That is funny. I sounded so old saying that. You get tongues wagging, okay? That's the kind of energy you definitely bring, but there's a lot about your beauty being told here. And she goes from being this really like rinky-dinky looking girl to like I feel like I would get like copyrighted if I post it. But she goes from being this girl with like really drab, strawberry blonde hair. It's like when she turns to Poison Ivy, her head goes red. And her like, her skin goes green. And she turns like very fiery, right? Okay. And green is coming through twice in the Empress and the Strength card. So, and also blue. Wow, so blue and green can be important. Blue is throat chakra energy, so maybe your voice, the way you speak, how you stand up for yourself and others, how you may like scream, shout, cuss, that's coming through. And then we have green, which is like heart chakra energy. Like you have spirit, you have guts, kid, right? You have heart. I think that's what it's called. You have heart, kid. And even in the scene that I was looking up about Poison Ivy, she's like getting upset, and she turned into Poison Ivy because they were shutting down the water or lake behind the school. And she was like, not on my watch. And she turned kind of like evil. And then she's like, Carol was right. What's the use of being angry if nobody can see it? And I'm like, what? Okay. So you could have like a little bit of like, you're very spirited. You have like a temper. You know, you get angry sometimes. Okay. And strength is definitely someone's like really strong, right? So you have like a strong sense of character. You know who you are, essentially, is what's coming through here. So you're very confident in who you are and what you bring to the table. And that's definitely the main thing coming through here. The Queen of Wands coming through twice. We have the Eight of Wands, but you're very fast. You know what I mean? You could talk fast, think fast, move fast, right? And then we have strength, and then we have the Empress, which you still can barely see. I think she needs more. Look at that. And I think if her hair was red, she would definitely be giving Poison Ivy vibe. So you could look green and blue and look good in green and blue. Lord. Wow. But definitely the Sun is someone who can't be missed. They're coming in hot and they don't leave without leaving a stamp behind, you know? You could have like a catchphrase or a signature look or a signature phrase, that kind of thing. You could be a model as well. It could be coming through with the World card coming through. Someone who's very accomplished. It's giving a little bit of evil villain, because even the way she's sitting here holding her black hat is kind of giving The Godfather, I believe, is was this a show that I was watching? I'm trying to remember what show it was. I think it was like Drake and Josh, where they were kind of remaking The Godfather, and then it's like, you come to me. And they're like stroking like the cat or whatever. I believe it's the Godfather scene that I'm seeing, and that they were referencing in that, right? On the day of my daughter's wedding, whatever. I think it's Drake and Josh. It probably most likely is, but that's the vibe that's coming through, where she's like just stroking it's giving a little bit of evil villain. And it's funny how I was mentioning Shigo, and Poison Ivy is, even though in DC Superhero Girl she's coming through as like a little bit of like a hero, she is a villain. And so is Shigo. And green, Shigo is green. Are you guys green? And Hope is also green. So your anger is definitely coming through. So your anger, your style, your confidence, your drive, those are your star qualities. How you get things done. You stand up for people. You stick up for yourself, okay? I love this. The Empress is also how you make things happen, right? Because the Empress just sits there and gets what she wants. The Strength card is overcoming obstacles, overcoming demons to get where you are. Okay, let's move on to the next star qualities. My group 3 star qualities, please Spirit. There is like something electric about you, because we have the electricity coming through in the top of these cards here. Okay, and look at how she's kind of giving pouty, standoffish, maybe a little mean, because she has her hands crossed. And look, one of the eyes is missing from her little stuffy toy. She's also giving hands folded in this card as well, like standoffish. But people can't help but be attracted to you as well. So people can call you mean or, you know, superficial, stuff like that. But I don't think they really know you, honestly. And here we have house. You're giving like big house vibes. Luxurious. Don't want too many. Here we have old woman. Interesting. So you can be like very wise. Old soul. And then we have child. So you're youthful, and then you're also okay, so you're youthful but also very wise, and I'm hearing crony. And we have thief. Are people out here saying you're a thief? Group 3. What y'all be out here stealing? I heard hearts. Okay, good day. And I said good day. We have thief, and then we have 7 of swords. I was so trying to spin that in a positive light, and the card came out and said, nope. The card said what they said. Like, what y'all be out here stealing, group 3? Stop playing. Stealing is not good. Okay. We have one more card. And then we have waiting, just yearning. So you're a dreamer. It's also one of your qualities. You're definitely a dreamer. But the thing about it is you not only dream, you definitely go after what you want as well, okay? It's also really funny how I was mentioning at the beginning that you could be like a... What's that, you guys? Or was it group 2? I was mentioning something about family content, right? Where the people like showcase their children and their kids. Yeah, I think it was you guys, the family content, because the Kardashians were coming through for y'all. Yeah, that's coming through again because we have child and we have old woman. So there's something here about you being the older person posting your child on social media or whatever you want to call it. And then here we have the waiting card with this girl just yearning, waiting, dreaming, right? So you're known as a dreamer. What is the name of that song that's coming through? There's a few songs coming through. I'm hearing God only knows how I feel, what I'd be without you. God only knows. Then I was hearing something else. Dream a little dream for me. I share a little prayer for you. That song was that song was coming through. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. That song's coming through. Oh my gosh, that is what is coming through. Y'all know that scene in freaking, I think it's Breaking Down Part 1, where Edward and Bella's getting married and the mom is on the stage like singing the lullaby she used to sing to Bella. So everyone in the freaking, Lord, the cringe. She's singing the song she used to sing to Bella in front of everybody, like as her, mother of the bride speech. And it's kind of like, go to sleep, my love. Something like that. That is what was coming through when I saw Dreamer. So there's something here about you being a good mother, or you having a good mother, or something like that. Oh my gosh, not Renee coming through in the freaking reading. I thought I was done with the Twilight references. That was funny. I wasn't expecting that. She was like, go to sleep, my love. Like, shut up. You could be known for singing your child to sleep, being a very entertaining mother, maybe posting your life on social media. That was funny. I'm like, I know I'm hearing like a lullaby, and it wasn't coming through. And then I was also hearing the lullaby from, what is it called? I'm hearing a lot of lullabies. Lullabies can be important as well. The lullaby from Cheetah Girls 2, where it's like, Ananita, Ananita, Elia. I think it's Chuchi who sings it with like the Spanish girl who's trying to break up the Cheetah Girls. I forgot that girl's name, but she's not important, okay? But that song is coming to the little lullaby from that, okay? And now I'm hearing Dreaming of You by Selena. And tomorrow I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room thinking about you and me. So people like to dream about you, or you like I said, just give that dreamer energy. You make people want to dream too, right? Okay, let's get to the dice. I feel like I said all that needed to be said here. I don't want to over-explain every single card. But with old woman, child, and the Empress coming through, it's giving mother. Here we have Mercury, so that's, throat chakra energy coming through again, which was the blue that was coming through in these cards here, blue and green, so heart and the way you speak. So you could wear your heart on your sleeve, your heart in your throat. You could be very emotional as well, like I said, volatile in the way of like showing your anger, but also showing your tears as well, right? It's giving all the ups and downs of the freaking Kardashians on that show that keeps coming through, okay? So you either like that show or you're giving Kardashians, where they would fight 1 second and then make up the next minute. Here we have 6th house, which is career, health, everyday life, workout routines, that kind of thing is coming through as well. So that could be what also makes you stand out apart from the crowd. The health, not the health. the time and energy you put into your health. Oh gosh, this is how I know I've been reading too long. We have Capricorn. So you don't play about your money, you don't play about your work, you don't play about your people, okay? Capricorn is also kind of devil energy, which is like, it's like sexy, it's forbidden, it's taboo, toxic, obsession, all those things coming through. Then we have Pisces energy. And Pisces is kind of that waiting and dreamer vibes where you're always in your head thinking about certain things or dreaming up certain things. It's kind of like giving someone who's like, I'm destined to have like a rich life or be a rich girlfriend or be a rich wife or be a trophy wife, whatever you want to call it. And everybody's like, girl, bye. You're never going to find a man who's going to dote on you and da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. And then you actually find it. Because you're like definitely giving a high value person, someone who's supposed to be a country club wife. Okay, her kids going to private school, right? She living on a nice big house with her rich husband. It's definitely giving rich, high society couple vibes with the king and keep forgetting you guys got the queen and king of wands. So just to say it, it's kind of giving what is it? There's like a meme or like a picture that's going around of Nick and Olandria from Love Island season 7, and it's kind of like Olandria in her like red outfit that I think she got from Shein, and she made it look so like luxury, and then he's sitting there looking like I think Nick always dressed like regular, but Olandria kind of like upgraded him. Whenever she was next to him, they were kind of giving rich, Hollywood couple where the wife is extravagantly dressed and the husband's just happy to be there kind of energy. You're giving the Alondra. I didn't want to mention it, but I didn't want to keep talking about them, but they're my current obsession, so they will come through. Okay. But it's like definitely giving how she kind of leveled up any outfit she wore. There was plenty of things she wore on the show that was like $12, $13 from Shein, but the way she made it look A1, she made it look so good, okay? And it's kind of like how people like would take a picture and say they were kind of giving like high rich couple, and I'm like, they were though. And then there was an episode where they had to take care of a baby. Oh my gosh, and they were being so funny in that episode. Like everybody was beefing, the babies were beefing, the adults were beefing with the babies, whatever. And like Shelly, which is one of her good friends in the house, was like, oh, and Marcel don't know how to behave. He was getting on my nerves, da 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 da. And Olandria basically said, not too much on my son. He went to private school, da da da. And she's kind of like playing into the whole fantasy of getting you a rich husband, your child going to private school, living that nice soft life. And I was just giggling. And she 100% period sis, manifest it for yourself. Your future son is gonna be a private school baby. He knows how to behave. Stop hating on my son. Okay, just hilarious. Okay. So maybe a little Delulu could be coming through for you guys as well. Here we have third house coming through, which is communication, talking, social media, Mercury vibe, siblings as well. And I think third house is also local travel, because ninth house is international travel. Third house is like you're traveling locally within your country, I think, yeah. And then we have, is this Mercury again, or is that something else? Let me look under. Yeah, we have Mercury coming through again. Wow. So we have two Mercuries here. Mercury's coming through twice. So maybe you talk a lot. Maybe you talk mile a minute. You chatter a lot is what's coming through for you guys. As one of your star qualities, you could always know how to make a conversation flow, and it never gets boring. You're a very fun person as well. But you have times of being serious and being all about your work with sixth house and Capricorn coming through here, right? And then we have dreaming about travel, going to a far off place, being rich enough to do whatever you want, whenever you want, is what's also coming through for you guys. But I'm gonna leave you reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a reading with me, you could get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. Okay. I think I said like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I said all that already. I'm like tired. I have one more reading to go. Pray for me, okay? Yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 4s. Last but certainly not least, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be getting into... I have brain rot. I've been scrolling on social media for the past like 10-20 minutes. Okay. Wow. Your star qualities. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. I was like, let me get back so I can go home. Okay. So, what are your star qualities? What makes you stand out from everyone else? We're going to get into it. Very excited. I love group 1, 2, and 3. We're going to see what comes through for you guys. Social media has been coming through off and on for all 3 readings. But I feel like for you, it might be most prominent because I was literally just scrolling through social media. Like, I'm still obsessed with Love Island. And I'm, like, debriefing with, like, keeping up with them after they left the villa. So I'm just like, what's going on? What's the tea? Are my girls meeting up? Are the couples still good? Even though it's only been, like, literally, like, 1 day or 2 days right now. I'm obsessed. I'm going to miss seeing them on my screen. So maybe you guys are giving, you know, star quality in the way of like acting, being on the screen, or you know, reality TV, or vlogging, stuff like that, you know, posting covers on social media where you're able to be seen. I feel like it's giving more so people getting a glimpse into your life. I just heard Monet McMichael, so you guys could do what she does on TikTok where she literally like just debriefs us on her life, does makeup. People were so excited when she got her man, her house, her this, her that. And I believe she posts weekly. I think she used to. I haven't really watched it one in a while, but I watched like 1 or 2 of her videos that she posted like every Sunday, I believe it is, on YouTube. So it's kind of like a what happened in her week to kind of keep you guys updated. So that's kind of what was happening with Love Island. We would get an episode every 1 or 2 days. And we'd be able to see what was happening day by day and that kind of thing. So that could be something that you guys do. That's one of your star qualities, or the way that people are invested in what's going on in your life, essentially. People are stalking your social media, trying to see what you're doing, where you're going, that kind of thing, who you're dating, who your friends are, if you're still in a couple. It's kind of giving, yeah, like you post a lover and people are like out there, what? Guys, I'm about to scream and throw something. I said you post a lover and immediately the card flew. Like, oh, you called me. you rang? Wow, that's crazy. I'm taking it out of the screen because I know it's kind of, there's a little bit of nudity in it. And I do not want no problems, okay? But that was crazy. Wow. I was like, you post your lover and then people are like gossiping to see if you're still together, how they do with like, you know, celebrities. Is this celebrity still together? Are they still together? Are they still dating? Wow, that was crazy. Okay, so it's not that bad. Even when it's close, it's not that bad. Okay, let's keep going. There's star quality, please. So your lover, your relationship could be what makes like your, wait, hold on. I don't forgot what the reading's gonna be about. What are your star qualities? You're the way you love and the people in your life and your relationship, romantic. Okay. The choices you make. Here we have Temperance. So far we have like a lot of major arcana so far. We have King of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords, and Eight of Cups in reverse. The way that you stay, there's a warmth about you, a leadership about you, a fiery, passionate side to you. Oh, I forgot the Chariot. How could I? That's crazy. The Chariot was hiding behind the Ace of Wands. Okay, let's get some more cards. My group 4s, please, Spirit. My group 4s, their star qualities, please. There's something soothing about you. People get like secondhand highs from watching you in your life or being around you. Here we have 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, wow. Everything that I'm saying is coming out in the cards. Wait, Spirit, please relax. Relax, please. You're scaring me. Please, relax. Like, I'm about to start asking for stuff. Y'all better give it to me. Because the way y'all be giving me these cards is crazy right now. Right? I'm like saying stuff and it's like, floop, floop. Like, relax. Okay. So maybe you get whatever you want. People like want to cater to you and give you things. It is definitely giving privileged. It could be pretty privileged. I was coming through another group as well. If you feel called to another group. I keep forgetting to say, there could be a lot of things that, like, that contribute to your star qualities. If you feel called to more than one group, then watch more than one group. I feel like each group had like a, how can I describe it? Had like a one thing. And then a bunch of other small things were coming through. So a theme, yes. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all go on. Each group had a theme, a main thing that made you a star quality or, you know, star person or whatever. And then a bunch of other small things were kind of coming through. So a theme. Okay, you could like to theme yourself. Not that doesn't make sense. Oh gosh, I'm acting a fool, or I feel like I'm acting a fool in this reading. That could be something coming through for you guys, but you have an aesthetic, right? People think of something and they think of you because that's what you kind of bring. So, for example, I feel like when you're funny, or you're spiritual, or you're grunge, or you're emo, or you're always happy, or you're always giggly, or you're always ditzy, or you're always something. There's something that comes with being around you. You're always calm. People never see you kind of explode and go crazy. You're someone's always saving money, that kind of thing. Maybe you know how to save money because the Four of Pentacles is that kind of energy. Four of Pentacles is like, not spending too much, knowing how to preserve, knowing how to hold yourself back, knowing how to be in control of yourself, being in complete control of yourself. And I feel like that's kind of the King of Wands as well. We have Seven of Cups, and then we have the Magician. That makes a lot of sense. Why I was saying things that were flipping out right away. So one of your star qualities is being a master manifester, being able to get whatever you want, or things come really easily to you. Lucky girl, lucky boy, lucky person syndrome, okay? Temperance is knowing how to give and take as well. Temperance is knowing not how to go overboard, not do too much. So you're kind of giving someone who does things just right. People are not looking at you like, oh my gosh, they do too much. And people are not looking at you like, oh my gosh, you don't do enough. So like you're not lazy, you're not an overachiever. You're like just in the middle, right? It's kind of like a moderate person, And I'm thinking of like, so you guys could do YouTube. So I'm thinking of how some, creators have lives and they have moderators, and the moderators are there to keep the peace, right? Keep things civil. If someone gets crazy, they kind of block them or, get them together, take them off the live or the chat. So you're kind of giving like a moderator. So it's giving responsible, mature, grown. That is one of your star qualities, okay? Good at saving money, okay? Maybe you save money because people give you things for free. That could make sense as well. That could be coming through as well. You're so good at manifesting stuff for yourself. You never have time to run out of money. You always have money. Some of you could have really nice curly hair because I keep playing with there's one curl. I wish I could lean down and show it to you. Maybe I can. Is it coming through? There's one curl that's just like bling. And I just keep playing with it and it's just so cute. And it's like right there. And it just keeps, I see it and I'm like, oh, I want to play with it. So there could be something here about like star qualities, like your hair, your curls. They're very like, big and abundant and fluffy, right? I'm just like, bling. So cute. Okay, I'm done. Let me focus. There could be something very giggly and cutesy about you as well. Like I feel like curls, whenever we think of curls, we think of like childlike, and we think of innocence, and we think of like a baby, like when you think of someone who has cute little curly cues, you're like, oh, they're so young and they're so, what is it called? Fresh faced and, bright eyed and bushy tailed. The way you think of straight hair, you think of sleek and mature and grown. You're giving kind of cutesy and young, right? But you're mature for your age. So people may call you an old soul or whatever. You know what I mean? I have beef with that saying because I feel like, let me stop. There was someone that I had knew when I was younger. He was like, older than me. And he would always say that and it kind of triggered me. It triggers me. It still does, right? Can you tell? Let me calm down. See, you kind of keep me in check, your energy here, because I was going off the rails in some other reading. I forget, maybe it might be two other readings I was going to go off the rails, and you kind of like bring me back to center. Okay, we're not talking about that past person. They're not in our lives anymore. It doesn't matter. Look at that, the voice of reason. Thank you, Root 4. Appreciate you and your energy, okay? Back to what I was saying. Seven of Cups is definitely I have options, I'm hearing I cannot. Rochelle is coming through from Everybody Hates Chris, the mother. I don't need this. My husband has 2 jobs, right? Like, I don't need this treatment. I don't need to be here. I have options. Like, if you don't want me, somebody else will, right? It's giving deals. It's giving collaborations, opportunities. You have abundance of them. So you don't need to be stuck with one person. That's the kind of energy you go around with. Like, okay, I don't need this. My husband has 2 jobs. If you don't want me, somebody else will. You don't stress over little things like that because you know your worth. Period. I prayed up. Okay, so yeah, I'm hearing Shirley Temple. So you guys could definitely have like the cute like ringlets and ring lights. Is also I'm hearing that. So it's giving influencer vibes, which is very fun because I didn't plan to go on social media before your reading because I usually like to do all the reading straight through, but I needed a break. I needed to like breathe, clear out the energy of group 1 through 3, and then start your reading fresh. So there's something here about breathing, meditation, centering yourself, balancing yourself, not doing too much. When you're reading too much and your energy is going low, you go on social media, you go, I heard hike. Okay, I definitely don't hike, so I was going to say that. I go listen to music, meditate for a bit, go watch, something really quickly on social media, go to the bathroom, drink some water, and then come back to it again when I feel like, more centered, right? So that's coming through for you guys. That keeps coming through. I love how you guys influence my energy in the reading. It's really cute. It just shows how powerful these readings actually are, because you really embody the person's energy. If you're a little crazy, I get crazy in the reading. If you're very calm, I stay a little calm. And I feel like after 3 readings, I would be tired, but I'm still have a lot of energy. And I took time for myself during each reading. Well, not each reading, your reading. Okay, so you take care of yourself. It's also another one of your good qualities. You take care of yourself and others around you. I made sure to stop. I was watching some, reels on TikTok, Love Island, of course, because that's my new obsession. And so I find something else. And I was just watching the edits, watching the content they've been making, watching all them meet up together. So there could be something here about you bringing people together. Because all of them have most of them anyway, the core group, I should say, have been in LA after the show's been over. They went to LA. Now they're all staying there, and all the cast members are coming back together. And I feel like it's a normal, or to be expected, because they were together for 6 weeks nonstop, no breaks, So when you kind of finally come back to the real world, it's who am I? Where am I going? I'm lost a little bit. And the people that you were with for 6 weeks are the people you want to come back to. So all the people who were with each other for the longest are coming back together and posting social media content, filling our hearts. I appreciate them. We know it's not going to last because they're going to go back to their regular lives, but we appreciate them debriefing us essentially. You just went on a high stakes mission and you were a spy and you kind of became this whole different person for the job. And then you have to come back and debrief with your superiors or higher ups and tell them everything that happened on the job. And then you're able to finally kind of go back to your real life, because everything from that old life has been purged in that meeting, that debriefing. That's kind of what's coming through for you guys. So that could be something you do. You are someone who is very not mature, but just very good at bringing things into perspective, very good at cleansing the energy, very good at coming back to center, not going overboard, doing too much. And that's something people really respect you for, I would say. But now we have the Magician here. Let's move this over a little more. We have the Magician here, where it's kind of your worth, and you're able to put a bunch of your different gifts together to make one thing, is what I'm hearing specifically. So you're able to put your steadfastness, your maturity, your responsibility, your discipline all together with your creativity and make money off of that. You know what I mean? You're able to put your limberness, your your stretchiness, your flexibility, you're able to put all of that, as well as your good poker face, and you love to act and dress up. You're able to put on that coat or that hat and become a new person, right? So acting keeps coming through. Wow, that's funny how I was saying that. I didn't really realize it until after. It's giving acting, right? You're able to act really well, do this, and be able to put on different hats with the 7 of Cups here and become different people at will. And that's something coming through as well. So you're the perfect person. You would make a perfect spy, because you're active, right? You're flexible. You're a good actor. You have a high tolerance for pain or whatever, and you're able to travel around the world and be like a plant for the U.S. government, if you will. Others of you, like I said, you have creativity. You also have discipline. You also have structure. You have your own place, whatever, maturity. And you're able to make content full time, because you're so it's not all about fun. It also includes having discipline and doing it when you may not always want to, right? Or having stuff backed up, or having content just prepared to post sometimes, right? If you have time, film something. And that's how you're successful at what you do, is what's coming through. Or how you're able to manifest certain things. You bring together all your different talents for one, supreme talent, I guess you could say. I want you to see all the cards, so I had to move them up. Out of all the piles, I find myself switching from subject to subject most with your pile. Some of you could have ADHD, you have a hard time focusing on certain things, which is why you need to have this center and be able to bring yourself back into balance, because you can kind of go off the rails or get lost quite easily, Star qualities, people admire your ability to do that, okay? I didn't even go through all the cards. I think I did. The Lovers is Gemini, Temperance is Sagittarius, and the Magician is Gemini energy. So it's Virgo and Gemini. I mean, it's Mercury energy. So it's Gemini and Virgo, right? Okay. So Gemini coming through extra here with the Magician and the Lovers. You can be someone who's very intelligent, very articulate. You're like giving a teaching. You know how to explain things in a way for people to understand them. So one of your star qualities could be you know how to teach people to do things, you know? Not everyone is meant to be a teacher, but there are teachers who are not meant to be teachers. And then there are teachers who are naturals at it and know how to get people to pay attention, know how to make very interesting lesson plans, stuff like that, okay? Or you make business meetings fun, or, you know, stuff like that is coming through for you guys. You know how to keep engagement high, whether it comes down to social media or not, influencing or not, right? I keep using phrases like that and realizing afterwards that it can be taken as like an influencer-led life, okay? So that's coming through for sure. There is something about you knowing how to get along or attract the opposite sex from whatever you are quite easily. You have that like appeal. It's not giving sex appeal. It's giving people feel comfortable working with you or wanting to work with you. You're like an expert in your field is kind of what's giving. Like you're popular. You're a hot commodity, essentially. That could also be a thing. You're a hot commodity, so everyone will naturally gravitate towards you and want to work with you because you're successful, you know? Or you're down to earth, you know, or you make people feel at home, comfortable, right? Or heard or seen, whatever you want it to be. But you can make a boring board meeting exciting. You know how to make a lesson interesting, okay? You know how to get the job done in a fast and effective manner. Things like that are coming through for you guys. So your work ethic could be one of your star qualities. Group 4, please, Spirit, Group 4. Wow, that is a good stack of cards. Let's see what you guys got. How many, first of all? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Wow, we have the Star. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords. And we have the freaking Wheel of Fortune. Hot mama. Wow. I haven't gotten the Star in this deck yet. The Star is gorgeous. So you do have like, okay, so you are giving celebrity. You are giving actor, singer, that kind of thing, performer, content creator, whatever you want to call it. Those kinds of vibes are coming through very heavily for you. That is your star quality. Being able to entertain or attract attention or keep and hold attention. There's a difference from somebody watching your video on social media, liking and leaving, as opposed to someone who sees your video, loves your vibe, likes it, comments, and immediately subscribes. There's a difference between that person and the other person who just got like that one view and one like for that one moment because their video was good, as opposed to constant or consistent good. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Give me a second. Constant good creations, videos, content. There it is. Constant creations that are constantly being engaged with and being pushed by the algorithm or whatever, because you do have the star quality, like people wanting to stick around. And I'm trying to see if this is like a microphone in her hand. No, it's an award. Wow, yeah, awards. So the Lovers being the first card coming out is the way you love, but there's something about everybody loving you as well. That's important coming through here. The Star's Aquarius, so you're out of the box thinking you are not like everyone else, right? There's something like very different that stands out about you. These cards would go more up, I guess, so you can see all the cards somewhat. We have the Star, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Ace of Cups is the way you love and pour into yourself. It's very much a big thing coming through. You have 10 of Pentacles. Okay, your money. You get your money up. You're successful, which I kept saying. Even though we didn't really have any cards here talking about success. But it was the 4 of Pentacles. Being able to keep your money and not spending it all, right? It's kind of giving me how earlier I was watching a video with Miguel and Leah from season 6 of Love Island. Okay. And how they were doing the couples quiz on YouTube. And how Leo asked him a question of, what would you know? He asked her a question, what would I do if I won the lottery? And Leo was like, you wouldn't do anything. You would be living the exact same. If anything, you would kind of give me all the money because you're a simple person and you know I'm a little bit more bougie or, whatever. And he's like, you're right. So it's kind of like you are the person who doesn't really need much to be sustained. Like you live a very sustainable life. It's not giving you do too much, right? As much as you make is as much as you save. You save more than you make. So you always have like a nest egg. That's the responsible side of you coming through. And it's kind of like, even if you won the lottery or whatever, you don't really need money to sustain you, Or even if you do need money to sustain you still always have like a lot left over. There's certain people who get their check and after their check, they don't have any money left over to do anything nice for themselves or pamper themselves or even save anything, but you like have an abundance or there's some left over to save and put in or put away or invest or whatever. It's like it's giving more than enough mentality. That could be one of your star qualities that makes you stand out from everybody else. You have that the magician manifesting power where it's like, if I don't have it now, I'll get it. Because I have it now, I'll always have it. Like, if I don't have it now, I'm going to get it, right? If I didn't say that already. It's like, I'm not stressed out about it. If I want something, I got it. It's giving 7 rings Ariana. If I see it and I like it, then I want it and I got it, right? I have so much money that I can buy matching rings for all of my itches, my sisters, my friends, whatever. It's kind of giving a provider mindset you guys have. And that's something that's very attractive to other people. That's like a star quality. It's like, oh, this person likes to give a lot of themselves, whether it's like people was watching you or being intrigued by you or being inspired by you. There's something about that coming through, okay? 10 of Pentacles is also kind of giving a few things. So it's giving family. So there could be something about your family that's like also that makes you like sought after, It could be you have like a hot husband, beautiful kids, and people are like, oh my gosh, you have it all, don't you? That's 10 of Pentacles. You have it all, right? Physically. And I feel like you're a very emotionally stable person as well, if we're being honest here, okay? So we have 10 of Pentacles, then we have 9 of Swords. There's something here about you overthinking, therefore always being planned for anything, right? Or always being prepared for anything. That didn't sound right the first time I said it. You overthinking things. So it's kind of like if you're going to the beach, you're going to be the one in the car that has everything. You have more towels, you have sunscreen if sun runs out, you have extra water, you have extra soda. You don't know if you're going to need all the soda, but it's better to have than not have it, right? So like not overcompensating, but being over prepared because you think too much. If that makes sense, I think it does. Being over prepared instead of under prepared, having too many things instead of having no things. It's kind of reminding me of how I believe like when I go out every day in the everyday world, I have like backpacks, cute little lounge fly and friends, because I know there's other people besides Loungefly that makes the character bags, but I love me a good character bag and I have a lot of them, okay? And it's because I know I got it from my mom. She always used to carry around the biggest handbags, and I'm like, I hate carrying just on one shoulder, and it like would weigh me down or whatever. So I said, I'm my mom's daughter. I like to carry around a lot of stuff. I like to be over prepared. 3 lip glosses, a mascara just in case, right? My mirror. I like to have my light, okay? I like to have my charger, my cards, my wallet, like all those things. There's a lot to carry. And I'm like, I don't want to do it in a handbag. I want to carry it on my back so it's easier to carry. And that's the kind of vibe coming through. You never know. But the one day that I don't bring everything just so happens to be the one day that I freaking need it, which is why every day I over carry things, because you never know when you're going to need it. And when you do need it, you don't have it. Pisses me off. Like, carry around a snack, a mirror, the keys, you know what I mean, some cards, like all that to fit in my little small mini backpack. And it's better and cute and, reasonable. In my head, it makes sense, okay? But that's the vibe coming through, thinking about, oh my gosh, what if I need this? Well, what if I need that? And what if I need this? Being prepared for anything. Now, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And it's funny how I mentioned lucky girl syndrome, and that's what's coming through here. Now, you know what? This 9 of Swords doesn't need more spotlight than that. You can kind of fade into the background and give some room to the Wheel of Fortune. So you can kind of at least see it. Look at the skin tight outfit she's wearing. You look good, and your boobs will be sitting. Okay? They're sitting. Yeah, that's a better view. Look at how gorgeous these cards are. They're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. That's what I just heard. Okay. You are so beautiful. I'm seeing Alfalfa from Little Rascal singing that to Darla. I'm like kicking up and blowing up bubbles every time. That used to be my movie. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I can't even tell you how many times I used to watch that movie growing up. It would always come on ABC Family and it would always be on. And I would just be sitting there watching it and I'm like, huh, I need an alfalfa. Okay. He was the cutest little thing. And he was sabotaged by that boy. I forget his name, but he was like the then Macaulay Culkin lookalike. You know, he didn't get as many roles as Macaulay, but they kind of have that same look to them. Whatever that look was, they looked alike to me anyway. There's always those two celebrities that look alike, okay? Now, back to what I was saying. There's something about, yeah, the song was going through from Little Rascals. I used to watch that movie just a ridiculous amount of times, but it's so good. But yeah, you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. And you're everything I need. Aw, so little. I just want to sit in this energy. It's so nice. You guys are so nice. Can we be friends? There is something here about you liking being out in nature. Because we have her like literally like, you know, taking care of this tree here. I wanted to say tree hugger, so that could be a thing as well. And then we have her in nature. Even though the Ace of Cups has nothing to do with nature, they have her in like a cape out in nature looking at this cup. And I'm just like, excuse me? Like you found something. People like think of you as a treasure. That's one of your star qualities. When they find you, they don't want to ever lose you, right? So it's like I found this perfect person, whether it's like romantic or friendship, and I don't ever want to not experience them in my life, which is very beautiful. That's so cute. But I mean, it would make sense if you're like giving starstruck, okay? Or yeah, if you are giving starstruck or you get people starstruck, whichever one makes better sense to you. Okay, let us keep going with the cards. If we go through everything, Wheel of Fortune, it's like kind of like fate, destiny. So people think that there's an energy of I was always meant to meet you. Or it's kind of like how when we were younger and we would see celebrities on our screen and we would say, I feel so drawn to this person. I feel like I was meant to be in their life and they were meant to be in mine, even though you may never meet them. There's that like strange sense of deja vu. I've known you before in a past life kind of energy coming through with the Wheel of Fortune here for me in this particular reading, I guess you could say. Because it's kind of giving me how I always felt like, I don't know, soul bonded to like Michael Jackson growing up. Maybe it's the feeling of being misunderstood. There's certain celebrities that I feel really, really, really drawn to. And I'm like, I feel like if I were to meet you, we would be really good friends. Some celebrities I can't stand. Some of them I tolerate. Some of them are cool. And there's some that I've experienced that soul tie to them where I'm just like, wow, I feel like we would get along well. There's a few of them. I can't list them, nor will I. That's between me and my future, let me stop, and my soul sisters and brethren out there, okay? Let's get into the reading. Let's keep going. Sorry if that was loud. Yeah, well, these are the cutest things. We have sweetheart. So you're just a sweetheart. You're such a sweet soul. You're a kind soul. We have letter. Maybe there's something here about you always having kind words to say to people. You're spreading positivity as well. That could also be what the Wheel of Fortune means. Oh, this feels so good. I changed positions because I had to move to get the cards. And now I just feel like, ugh. My bones been aching recently. And I'm like, why? But I'm not surprised, actually, because you have the Lovers as your first card. Which, you know, if you just want to read it as logically as possible, it's love, right? Feeling love, being loved, reciprocated energy sometimes, finding your missing piece as well, being guided like you're meant to be in this person's life. That and the Wheel of Fortune is beautiful. Like I don't want to say a specific lover is coming through, but it's kind of giving people you are that celebrity or person, whatever. If you aren't a celebrity, you don't resonate with being one. You could resonate with knowing you're meant to be famous one day. And that's kind of how I'm like, if I were to meet a celebrity, I already know we would get on really well, you know? But I'm getting the vibe of you would be the celebrity that people see, like the Michael Jackson or whatever. Another person I feel called to is like Zayn Malik. I don't know why. I said I was going to tell y'all. Okay, y'all got two out of me. That's it. Okay, but it's like you just feel drawn to them for some reason, right? It's not even to crush. It's like, I don't know, I just resonate with you so deeply, you know? Anyway, you could be that person for other people. They just resonate with you so deeply. On a soul level, because you got a lot of cards about soul, but the stars is kind of giving, in the stars somewhere is kind of giving the cosmos untouchable vibes. We have Wheel of Fortune is kind of giving that untouchable vibe, you know what I mean? In the stars, soul, like some of these cards have soul, these tarot cards, especially the major arcana, some of them like have soul contracts attached to them, things you are meant to experience, things that you cannot escape are coming through here with the Lovers. These people were destined to meet. Temperance, there's an angel literally orchestrating things in your life. Then we have the Magician. It's a higher power coming and giving you what you want, but the Magician is more so like your own personal power, right? So you have found your own personal power and people are admiring you for that, right? Then we have the Star card. Like I said, it's kind of like fueled by the cosmos. Space, time, are they real, are they not? The world will never know. Questions that you could have, you're very deep is what I'm getting. You ask a lot of questions as well. You're very inquisitive and curious, and that plays a part with this whole Magician and Lovers energy, because Gemini here and Gemini here, and Mercury is about finding out information, learning, okay, reading. You're also a good communicator. You know how to communicate how you feel very effectively. With the Sweetheart and the Ace of Cups coming through, also in like a very well-meaning and not judgmental or rude manner. Okay, so you're just giving like a very wholesome individual, and I love that for you guys. Okay, I love it as a reader as well. Did something turn over? I'm shuffling it the wrong way, but hey, we got a card, we got a taker, we have a room, and that's like kind of giving sanctuary, a place to be yourself. At the bottom of the deck, we have money. But I'm going to keep going. Anything else that makes my group 4 stand out? This is a crazy shuffle. This is pleasure seekers. So you could be someone who seeks pleasure. We have Schola, a scholar. We have surprise. And then we have misfortune. Wow. Somebody here is watching 3 groups, okay? Because this came out in group 1 and group 2. We have Sweetheart, we have Letter. So the things that you say, how you express your feelings could be like very heartfelt or very beautiful or just stands out, right? Some people could be like, I like you. And then you're kind of like, I like you. I do. I want to be your friend, go shopping in the Benz. I like, I do. Like, you don't make it a spectacle, but you like make it more beautiful and more extravagant than it would have been if someone just said, like, it's like giving, oh my gosh, yes, it's giving I love you versus Bridgerton, I burn for you. From the mornings you ease to the evenings you quiet, I'm always thinking of you. From the mornings to late in the night, it is you I cannot sacrifice. Like, what are you telling me? Like, versus a bland, oh, I love you. Like, do you love me? From Queen Charlotte, I love you. Like, I will stand with you between the heavens and the earth. I will tell you where you are. Do you love me? Like, she's like, you do not want to be with me. It's mad in my head. I can't tell the worlds apart. Like, and she's like, wait, did I ask you all that? Did I ask you if you love me? I will stand with you between the heavens and the earth. I will remind you where you are, George. Do you love me? And he was like, I love you. Oh, God. It's getting romantic, guys. Group 4, stop. You're going to make me cry. Let me stop. But it's that, like, deep, heartfelt stuff, not just an I love you. Like, you're saying something more, I burn for you. Like, what? Poetry. Bear poetry with Letter coming through here. The way you articulate your feelings on paper, the way you say them, and it's giving reciting, it's giving acting, it's giving passion. Like, give me more passion, put more emotion behind it, I bet. And there you go, performing. I love this for you. Performing, acting your ASS off. That's it. Yeah. You have a lot of personality. You have like a hunger, a drive. You know what I mean? To succeed or at your craft. This is beautiful. I love it. Okay. We have Letter. What else came out? We have Room, that sanctuary. I feel like people would just be around you all the time and not get sick of being around you. And that you can't say that for everybody, right? I haven't said that for any other group. So pleasure seek, you know how to have a good time as well. There could be something here about a friend group of yours. where it's just always you and Tweedledee and Tweedledum. It's reminding me, it's funny because right before, like I said, I started this reading, I was on social media watching Love Island, like reels and stuff like that, like after the show. And there was like a friend group on the show that we saw bloom in front of us. And it was like Nick, Ace, and Taylor. And people are calling them Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but Ed, Ed, and Eddie weren't the smartest people around. I want to know who's supposed to be Double D. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Because I don't even know I think Ed was the short one, the bossy one, that's probably Ace. Then we have the dumb, doofy one, that's E, double D. Like EDD. And that would be Taylor. And then I guess Eddie would be Nick, because he has some substance to him, where the other two are kind of, one is ruthless and mean and bossy, and the other one is just dumb and follows along with what the other two tell him to do. And then we have Double D, which does the same and does whatever Ed with single D says to do, but he still has brains. He's the smart one in the operation, you know? So that's really funny. Whoever clocked that, y'all did y'all big one with that one. I love that. Okay, but anyway, it's kind of giving that. There's Ed, there's Ed, and there's Eddie. And that's what these pleasure seekers, that is what these pleasure seekers are giving me right now. And it's just hilarious. So there could be you and a friend, or you and two friends, and that's kind of what's coming through, okay? Just always up to shenanigans. Whew, this is funny. Okay, and then we have the misfortune coming through. I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. Because we have Wheel of Fortune, and I believe this matchup or this pair came through in another group. Wheel of Fortune with the misfortune vibe. So it's giving that you kind of make things that seem to be unfortunate, fortunate. You turn things around for people. That could be another one of your star qualities. But then here we have surprise. So people could be surprised by who you are. And I'm trying to always figure out what this thing that he's picking up is saying. Like there's like a net, and then there's like gold, GOOO. And I'm like, I always thought it was like gold, there's like money, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. But surprise, I guess. And then we have a scholar. Okay, that's, like I said, someone who's very smart, intelligent. You look into things, you read a lot. That could be something coming through. That's one of your star qualities. You're a reader. Okay, and I'm also hearing you read people to filth. You could also be very funny, because Gemini came through twice. So Geminis are known for their wit, their banter, the back and forth, knowing how to say things that make people laugh. Intelligent jokes, not just like dumb, stupid jokes. Things that really get you thinking and laughing at the same time. Okay, let's get these dice out of the way. Bada bing. Why would you do that? Like, I won't fight you. Here we have Leo. So there is that, like, oh my gosh, did I not say it for your reading? I was like, I'm getting the vibe of a lion. No, that's when I was like picking up the stuff from the floor, and I was like, I'm getting a picture of a lion in my head, and it's kind of giving royalty energy, where everyone just loves you. Your heart of gold is something coming through, because Leos are known for their heart and their loyalty, right? And of course, their star power. They're the one that kind of gets all the attention, is what I'm getting. And we have star coming through for you guys as well. So yeah, I wish I would have said it. Then I would have been like, oh, it makes sense. But it came through again, I guess. Here we have, I believe this is, I think that's Jupiter. Not Jupiter, sorry. Pluto. Jupiter is like coming through for you as well. So don't fret, my pet. Where's the other dice? They're always disappearing on me. We have Saturn. So there is something, like I said, very mature and serious about you that came through straight away. We have assets coming through with the second house. So that also came through straight away with 10 of Pentacles that I was seeing. Then we have Gemini actually coming through 3 times to charm. Okay, 3rd time to charm. So your charm, I mean, I wouldn't say Virgos. I would say Virgos are charming, okay? But Geminis are quite charming as well, okay? I'm also hearing you have a nice smile, because I'm seeing Nick's smile in my head. Like, he has, like, whenever he smiles, you can't help but smile. An infectious smile, an infectious personality, very quirky with the star card coming through here. So you're Nick, like, you're the Eddie, EDDY. You're smart, but, you know, you're also going with the shenanigans just to see where it goes, you know? You could tell them, like, this is not smart, guys, for us to do, but you'll still just do it just for shits and gigs to see what happens, right? And then here we have 3rd house coming through, which is more so Gemini energy coming through again. Gemini is social media. It is siblings. So there could be siblings coming through for the pleasure seekers and not friends. Take what resonates. It's like you have 3 siblings. It's Tweedledee, Tweedledum. Or it's giving, I think they call themselves the 3 Stooges on the show or something like that. Or 3 Musketeers, but they like the Stooges better or whatever. Yeah. something like that. It's like a core group of friends you guys have that is a part that plays into your star quality. But yeah, third house is siblings, local travel, social media, stuff like that. Gemini energy again coming through. But I'm gonna leave your reading right here. I could just talk for hours and I don't have time for that. I'm trying to go home. I'm tired. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. Please. If you want a reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching my readings. I feel like I'm giving a speech right now. There's something here about your speeches, impassioned speeching or speaking. It's coming through. But anyway, yeah. I hope it resonated. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Mwah.